So welcome back, everybody, to Acadia on Air. Welcome to another episode. We got a very special guest with us today. We got Steve from Shield Kings.
Thank you.
Steve, nice to have you with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, Archie, hello. So we're going to be talking about a little bit. You tell me, does your job consider to be landscaping, or is it a niche inside of landscaping? You're doing paving and everything about it and beyond.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about it.
What we do is we do pavement maintenance. So we maintain asphalt. We do asphalt repairs. We do seal coating. We do residential and commercial. More for the commercial side. We just preserve asphalt in parking lots. We do adjustments to asphalt, to parking lot layouts, all these types of things. So pretty much anything involving in or anything inside of a parking lot, we deal with, like traffic control, signage, this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so it's more than just paving. It's
yeah.
What would you call that? Traffic control signage. Like, if I'm speccing a job,
Yeah.
how do I even spec it? Is it like safety signage?
It's pretty much safety. It's pretty much traffic control in the parking lot, right? Every parking lot's different. Every parking lot needs different things. Some parking lots need speed bumps. Some need directional arrows. These kinds of things, right? Some need curbs. These kinds of things.
Perfect. And before I ask you how'd you get to that, but do you need architects, engineers for that, or how do you even approach that kind of job?
If it's a new project, yes, we need architectural drawings. If it's an existing parking lot, we just pretty much what we do is I sit there and I watch how if I'm not familiar with the parking lot. A lot of the parking lots we've been dealing with now is for over 10 years, so I know exactly what they need. I know how they move. I know how much traffic they get, what kind of trucks or vehicles they have, what kind of pedestrians walk there. So these kind of things, we just sit there, watch, see exactly what it needs. Some, like, we'll be in a parking lot where there's four lanes open for traffic, and people are flying through there just because of where the next turn is, things like this, right? Stop signage, like a lot of guys just blow, like you've seen them in the parking lots, right? Yeah. They cut through everything, these kinds of things. So we like to maintain how the traffic flow is in that parking lot just to keep everybody safe, stuff like that.
Because when we're doing a project, I know sometimes we would need traffic test and, all that kind of stuff. So you pretty much do it on your own.
We do it on our own, yeah. It's just because I've been around them so much, it doesn't take me long to figure out what it needs.
Are there rules for it, or? Because I know architecture,
yes, most of them, because they're private properties, not really. They have they have specs on parking sizes and what they need, but really for signage, not really. Like even for a speed bump, there's no code saying for private property that you need a speed bump there, right?
Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are some speed bumps so much worse than others?
Sorry?
Some speed bumps, I go over them, it feels like my car is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
And some are like, you go over, it's like, okay, it slowed me down.
Change your car to a truck.
There's two different things. There's speed humps and there's speed bumps.
Oh, okay. Humps. Which one is which?
Yeah. So if you got a shorter distance, you want to go with the bump, right? So they know it's coming.
That's a small one?
Slows down, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We've been installing a lot around
those plastic ones, right?
No, even with asphalt, we do install the plastic ones too, but we prefer doing it in asphalt.
Okay.
Just because the winter, right? A lot of the plow guys, even us, like we do plowing too in the winter. We don't like it, but defeats the purpose if you're removing it in the wintertime. So that's what usually happens with a rubber or plastic speed bump. They remove it in the winter.
Oh.
Yeah, or else the plow will just rip it out.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yes. I've seen that happening, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
So more industrial places will put like a rubber one because it's just the staff driving in there. They know what's going on. But more the retail, we like to put,
But it's
asphalt
funny.
ones.
Even in my neighborhood, they installed recently on one street speed bumps. And for some reason, like this one street, the speed bumps are brutal. Like you
Yeah.
go over it because they're kind of square. Like they didn't like ramp them out.
It does what it's forcing you to slow down.
They're all
Right.
like really.
And
I
you're
have
not
to go
going to
slow.
forget
Yeah,
if you're going down
No,
that
no, no.
street.
Yeah.
It's going to be there, right?
Or it's forcing you to get a new car.
Yes.
A much higher car.
A win-win for the economy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's why I love driving trucks. I just don't need
Yeah.
to stop. You know,
Yeah.
it could be anything.
Yeah. But they're installing a lot of those around schools.
Yes, it is right
Schools,
next to the school. Yeah, yeah.
libraries, a lot of those. Yeah. Because, people get hit. Right. And you know how it is.
So what I do is just I take a different route now.
Yeah. See, and what they used to do is they had two separate ones. So guys were figuring out, just go down the middle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
they're going right.
You do the S.
Yeah. Now you're going right across. So you can't avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they put also this the sign, like it's a flat sign that says
Yeah.
whatever speed limit is there.
Yeah.
What about the vertical ones? Are those effective? You know that like they put these like things that stick out, so that you have to be between them basically.
Yeah. But guys, they want to see how fast they can get through those. You know what I mean?
True.
Without the speed bump, it's worthless.
I see. Okay.
I know that in my neighborhood, what happened was what they did is they put those poles, kind of like, what do you call those?
Yeah, the flex posts. Yeah.
Yeah, they put them and they left a very narrow space in between and they put a speed hump. Okay, now I know it's called a speed hump. So they put a speed hump right in the middle and people complained and they removed it.
Yeah.
Because eventually what happened is no worries.
Well, wait, isn't it funny? I thought they put them to begin with because people in the neighborhood want it.
That's
No,
the
but-
thing. Most it's always half and half. Half people want
Yeah,
them,
true,
half
that's true.
people don't.
That's true.
Right?
People that rush, not into them. So
No entrepreneur wants them.
I'm not into them.
I'm not gonna say which one I am.
Yeah.
You just fly automatically. You press on the
Exactly.
on the button. You fold your mirrors and you just fly by.
Yeah.
No, I was very uncomfortable, to be honest with you. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's like, come on. Respectfully, put a cop in there.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens, let the cop deal with it. Don't freaking,
Yeah.
because older people especially,
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God. Am
Yeah.
I okay? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And then the next one comes in.
Yeah.
So how do you get to that kind of, tell me, how do you, it's a niche. It's a niche. I'll be honest with you. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to a lot of contractors, a lot of landscapers, and it's a niche. How do you get to this niche and what brought you into it?
Well, I was a concrete guy.
Okay.
Right. That's what got me into it. So what I would do is I would do a lot of, walkways and patios and all these things. And I'm always big on, keeping my customers happy. So, when you're doing concrete, stuff happens to the driveway sometimes. And I would get this one guy to come in and seal coat the driveways because it would stain or whatever, right? And at least it would look fresh and it made a nice curb appeal, right? And guy let me down a few times. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like, I'm not going to, screw up a relationship with my customer. They just did a $20,000 job for a $200 job, right?
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself, right? Just to, I had control of when we were going to do it. And then I did the one, and then the neighbor said, oh, can you do mine? And we just kept going down the street. And I remember just talking to the whole neighborhood on doing this one service and, driveway sealing. It's very quick, it's within an hour, it's done.
Yep.
So you're communicating with all these people and it was just, I liked how I felt. It was it was awesome. This guy was hanging out, but I was getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how it went. I just kept going and going and going. And
So you know what's funny? It looks like you did something very smart business-wise. And I'll give you an example of it. So what we're doing beside the build, we're doing also permits for construction and everything. Permits, as you understand and it's a very difficult thing to deal with. But it's something what we specialized for the past 20 years in Acadia. But the reason I'm telling you that, my brother used to work for me.
mm-hmm.
And after he finished working for me, he was debating what to do. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about the architectural part. Go and study HVAC.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, why HVAC? I said, what you need is quick turnaround. You come, you do the job, you get paid, and you move on.
Yeah.
What you realized, I guess, is that while concrete is a full thing, and there's a lot of a lot to strategize, a lot to do, you found a niche that is pretty quick, pretty simple, and you come, you do the service, you get paid, and you move on.
Yeah.
And of course, people are happy with you. They're calling you the year after to do more because you got to do it every year, I'm assuming?
Every couple of years, yeah.
Every couple of years. So what goes into it? Tell me a little bit. I'm sure there is a technique because besides the fact that it's satisfying as F, every time when I watch people doing asphalt sealing, it's so satisfying. They go and you can see there is they go fast. It's a liquid, right?
Yeah.
It's liquid, and you just go and they go fast. And
I did it as a job actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
For like
a lot of people
for like 2-3 weeks. I did.
A lot of people do it, right?
Yeah.
And what got me to keep going, because I didn't know how long this was going to last, right? People kept telling, "Oh, you can't make this into a business," and I'm like,
Yeah, you
Make everything
can.
into a business.
"Why not?"
It's a great
Right?
business
It's
actually.
you.
Yeah,
You are the business.
Yeah, so I'm like, and I would hear stories. Yeah, I had my own seal coat business, and I did it for 5 years. And because what usually happens is they start getting into other things, like they'll start with seal coating, and then they get into hardscaping, and then to concrete. I did the opposite, right?
You found the niche that
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That was the main thing, right? And I'll never forget when it was a Saturday and Saturday night, we're having a few drinks, and they're thinking, "Oh yeah, no, but what are you going to do after that?" I'm like, "Why can't I do this?
Why would I do anything?
And at that point, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to keep doing this. And it just stuck to my head. They were saying, yeah, because you can't make this a business. Usually you're going to get this. This is just a door opener. So I'm like, why not? So I looked into it and I just kept going and going. And then that's how we got into, our first commercial client was through a driveway we sealed. He owned a restaurant. He loved what we did. He loved the curb appeal. He says, "Oh, can you do this for the parking lot?" So yeah, why not? Right. And that's how it went.
And
Sealing the whole lot?
Yeah, we seal
Really?
parking lots too.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
you see, that's the difference. People confused him as a professional versus those kids who would walk around.
Yeah,
and
it's a big difference.
It's two different things. Like I have a cousin who is doing windows cleaning, and people assume that, oh, that's like a kid's job. No, he would do commercial. He would do, all this big
of course,
stuff.
a different
And
level.
people assume windows cleaning, this is something that kids are, that's not it. It's a freaking serious business. Like, it's not like you go and do it for like $200 or $300 to seal your driveway. It's like a full.
The thing is with sealing, it has the satisfaction factor that pressure washing also has.
Yes.
It's like a reverse of pressure washing. It is a very satisfying.
It is.
Yeah.
And I've always been the type that I like the reveal. Even when we're in concrete, I loved looking at a backyard that looked like, like hell. And then we get in there and we do what we do, and it looks amazing, right? And that was, and it's, I always liked how the reveal of it at the end of it, right?
It's so satisfying.
It is.
It's amazing.
It
you
is.
Look into it, like you see, and especially when you can see the next neighbor's driveway. And it's like crap, and you see this one is like
it's amazing for business because actually the neighbors, they look at it, they're like, I want it.
Yes.
And by the way, this is the amazing part because every time probably when you do that, because it's so quick and simple, and you don't need to rethink a contract, you don't need to read a contract, nothing. It's just quick. That's why, as you said, you did a full neighborhood once, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of full neighborhoods now. Before we used to, when we first started, obviously we had to knock on some doors while we were there. Now with our branding and what we do, and people call us.
So tell me, why is it important for people to seal their, whether driveways or everything like, and I'll explain my question. Same as it's important to bring an exterminator every year around your house because it's maintenance, it's basic maintenance to keep your house, clean and safe. I do believe that maintenance is required for sealing as well.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit from your professional perspective why this is important.
Well, it's preserving your asphalt, right? Your asphalt, it's a big expense if you got to replace it. So it's pretty much preserving it. It keeps the nice curb appeal, right? Plus, like if you're looking at your house, what gets abused the most?
Yeah,
your driveway, right? Your kids playing on it, chalk, tires, all the seasons. So wouldn't you paint your garage door if you had a wood garage door?
Yeah.
Right. So it's just preserving it's longevity for your asphalt. Like I remember dealing with in the early days, non-believers in seal coating, right? And I'd be like, he'd be like, no, I got to replace this anyways. And I said, okay, well, why don't you seal it and see how long, and that was like 10 years ago and he still has the same driveway. And it's, it's immaculate because we've maintained it. He now does it every year. He does, I don't care, Steve, I want to see you.
Same here.
Yeah.
I got hooked on it.
Yeah.
And now I cannot see my asphalt not being black.
Is it asphalt?
Yeah.
I thought your driveway is not interlock and not.
No, half of it.
Oh.
The other half, like the actual driveway.
Yeah.
Everything else is an addition.
And you can only seal asphalt, correct? Like people don't do sealing, I assume, over concrete, I guess?
Yeah, people do. We get inquiries all the time. We're not set up for concrete sealing or any of that stuff. We're based for more asphalt sealing.
Yeah, but it's interesting because concrete sealing is also very, very important. Like concrete, for example, you can't have salt on it or anything like
Really?
that. So yeah.
You can't wash your car?
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Process, materials, everything.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
For us to get into that, I'd have to I want to do it properly. I want to do a clean job. I just want to send a
But
guy
is it
there.
something you're thinking about?
Not really, because we know a lot of people that are in it and they do it very, very well. So we work together.
Oh,
when it comes,
it's easier for you to get.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because driveway sealing is our smallest department because we do a commercial, right? We do a lot of asphalt repairs, seal coating, line marking, all that stuff. We never really wanted to get into the seal coat. It's just another department I gotta set up, and
Speaking of asphalt repairs, actually, that's also a question that I have. A lot of people, and I had that issue as well, get their asphalt it's sinking a bit, and then you get a hole.
Yeah.
And I had those guys, and they just came in, filled it up with some, I don't know, it's not really asphalt. It's something like rubbery.
Yeah, it's like a cold patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very good.
No.
Question: What should people do in this situation when they have those issues?
Well, there's a way to repair it. Like there's infrared repairs where we go there and heat up the asphalt and then put an HL3 on it, a hot asphalt mix, because hot asphalt will harden, right? The cold patches, that's a temporary fix.
Yeah, it's so
Because
I still have it.
it never gets hard.
I'm thinking to get you to repair it for me.
Yeah,
I still have it and I hate it.
Yeah, it just never settles. It never bonds properly.
Yeah.
So you can't just throw asphalt on top of asphalt and expect it to bond. You have to heat it up, break it down, and then go that way. But yeah, cold patch is always, it's just a temporary patch.
So what the technique that goes into it? What would you say? Because again, a lot of teenagers do the same thing you do. Clearly, you're working on bigger projects and use much more professional materials than those little fellas that would do it for $200 or whatever dollars to patch it up, to patch a driveway up. What should people expect in order to get a good job? What kind of materials?
Yeah, so when you're doing asphalt cools down very quickly. So you can't, it's not something you can carry around in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a plant, they're dropping 1 ton of asphalt at a time, right? So you have, 3 hours to get rid of that asphalt to make, that it's usable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you have a guy going around with buckets, you already know it's not the right thing, because it's just investment in equipment and tools. That's all it is. You need a hot
big
box.
Microwave for that.
No, there isn't.
How does it work when they do gigantic highways and stuff like that?
Dump trucks, big machinery.
Constant rotation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Is that something you involve yourself in though?
we were involved a little bit into it. We just got out of it. Just because I don't like that business too much.
Too much coordination. Too much work.
Too much. There's way too much coordination. There's way too much liabilities. There's guys that have been doing it for 50 plus years. Guys that have been doing it very well. We team up with those guys too. when we come across those kind of projects. We deal with a lot of good asphalt companies that do our paving work. Yeah, it's not, I've always been, if I don't enjoy doing this, I'm not gonna do it.
Good
Right?
for you.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
it's just how
Because when you
how I
enjoy,
am.
you do the best job ever.
Yeah, it's asphalt's never been like that kind of stuff has never been something I liked. Yeah,
I
Gotcha.
don't know.
and
Is it true what
I
wanna
left
ask,
you to ask that question.
Go ahead, go.
I overheard in a conversation that the person was saying 99% of people in Asphalt are Italians. Is that true?
Yeah, it's changing though. It's changing. Yeah, Italians were the first to start it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but they are good. They've been in the business a long time. Well, a lot of them are. I want to say 90%, but
Listen, they were the first one to pave roads.
exactly.
You can't argue with the Romans, the first one
Yeah.
to build roads. You
Yeah.
can't. It's generation.
It wasn't paved, I guess.
Yeah,
It was like
it's-
cobblestone or something.
You know,
And by the way, no, they were the first. Italians also the first ones to build using concrete.
Yeah.
And by the way, the concrete they built 2,000 years ago
Yeah.
is much better than the kind of crap
Yeah.
we build with today,
oh yeah,
which is funny because a lot of what do you call those water? They did those aqueducts.
okay.
What is that?
Aqueducts is pretty much like sewers
Okay.
that were created with concrete
Mhm.
2,000 years
Oh,
ago
I
by
see.
Romans, and it's freaking working until today.
Yeah.
In many areas in
Yeah,
Italy,
true.
Yeah.
it's amazing. They invented such technologies which
Can you guys imagine doing work like any type of work? What you do or what you do in a place like Rome? Can you imagine like the headache of dealing with
I'll
constant?
tell you what, I would let them take my head off after that if I could go back to Roman Rome.
Yeah.
I literally that was that's something that I was thinking about. I love Rome.
Yeah.
I think it's the most beautiful architectural, right? Because that's where my background.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful place ever. And yes, I would literally give
You
my
wanted
life
to
away
build the
if I could go back.
And get that workforce.
I wish my wife wouldn't get offended, but
Yeah.
would go back. And even if I can't go back here,
We're not gonna show this to you.
yeah, to look. Listen, this empire was something.
You wanted to
Yeah.
build the Acadia
the
Coliseum.
Colosseum,
Yeah.
the Colosseum, all the buildings, the culture. They used bathrooms first, even though they were nasty as F.
Actually, apparently, this is actually a huge problem. In have you guys been either one of you to Athens,
No.
No.
Greece? Yeah. So apparently, there with construction, this is a huge problem because anywhere you start digging, you discover
Yeah,
some really old stuff,
archaeological.
and basically,
sites.
it makes it impossible to do anything properly. So yeah.
You know that even here, when we break ground on construction, sometimes in some areas,
Mhm.
we have to get the historical department to approve it,
Yeah, makes sense.
depending what you do. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So, what's your background? Where are you from?
Portuguese.
Portuguese, almost.
Yeah.
almost.
My parents were from Portugal. Yeah. I was
Gotcha.
born here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to Italy? Though no.
No.
So you were born here.
Have you been to Portugal?
I've been to Portugal a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd like to go back. Yeah.
Why people want to go live there? Like, that's a stupid question. Not why.
Why do they want
Why
to
is
live
it? No. Like, okay, let me rephrase my question. Beautiful weather, cheap housing,
Yeah.
a country that opened their arms for people. Amazing. That just,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. The thing is, when they all came here in '60s, all the way to the side, like even the '80s, it was a poor land, right? They wanted to make opportunity.
Mhm.
Now it's a little bit different, right? Now they're more modern. They get a lot of stuff before we get it. It's a lot different than it was, when everyone was coming over. They wanted to build a life, right? There wasn't much going on in Portugal in the '60s and '70s, right?
Yeah, but now I think the football
Yeah.
Specifically
Yeah.
brought a lot of eyes to Portugal, and
Yeah.
and it brought a lot of tourism
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
It's,
country.
You're
it's,
gonna
it's a
watch?
different lifestyle there, right? Like you're not working till like 7, 8 o'clock if you have to. You know, 4 o'clock's finished. Let's go have a coffee. They go for lunches. It's a different lifestyle there completely, right?
Yeah, we're hustling.
Here we're always chasing the dollar,
Yeah,
right? There, and not just there. I think most places in Europe they're chasing lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. Here it's like
What's happening there all over the place? They're very unhappy with. They're kind of slowly changing the rules now because of it. Because actually, a lot of people from here and from US
Yeah.
are coming with money and buying up stuff
yeah.
because.
Because listen,
But
Portugal
they're
is
very
awesome.
unhappy about it.
Yeah.
You can buy a huge villa, a beautiful house
yeah.
on a freaking on like in front of the beach, and it's beautiful, and people just go there to retire. I would love to retire in
Yeah.
that kind of country.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's a little colder than Spain or whatever, but
see, like Portugal is they're always in like most European countries. They're always in a recession, right?
yeah, that's one of the that's why it's good to go and retire there.
Yes, exactly.
With our dollars. Right?
Exactly. So,
yeah. But that's what happens when you're done work at 4 p.m.
right. It's true.
Listen, I had the friend. Well, we're still friends. It's just I don't talk to him anymore because he's not here. Portuguese Armando as well. Like it started. I did a job for him many years ago, and we became very good friends. He's like, Max, I think he was working as a maintenance guy for companies. Like, yeah, I didn't mind. Now I got my pension. I'm good. I'm going to retire back home.
Yeah.
And he left.
Yeah.
He left back to Portugal, and
a lot of
since then, yeah.
a lot of people are doing that. That's their main goal, right? Because they know, like, what are you going to do? One alone, the winter times.
Yeah.
He wants to be here in the winter. There's nothing to do. You're shoveling snow. Everybody's miserable.
Yep.
So yeah, but I have the same thing. Like I've had at least 3 friends already. When I started in construction, I started with draining concrete in my 20s. So working with these guys when they were in their 40s at the time, they're all back in Portugal. They didn't stay here. You know, they sold everything. They had to make sure their kids are okay, and they take off. Who can blame them, right?
So you're thinking to do the same thing eventually?
I don't know about Portugal, but yeah, for sure I won't be retiring.
Somewhere warm.
warmer.
You can go to Portugal. You can go to Greece.
Yeah, there's
Greece is beautiful. Crete, Jamaica is freaking awesome.
Anywhere on the Mediterranean is like.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
not saying even Jamaica.
yeah.
That's like
Let me ask you off the wall kind of question. When you went to Portugal, when you landed in Portugal, right? Did it feel like home, or do you feel like
Not
here
really.
is home?
I was when I went there. I was young.
Yeah. How old?
I don't know. It was my early teens. I think when I was there. So I missed. I missed home because you're a teenager, right? You don't know anything when you're.
But
a
then
teenager.
again, you realize you're Canadian as
Yeah. But now, like when I travel anywhere, it's like I would live here. I would live here.
Yeah, exactly.
I would live here. Right. This would probably be the last place I want to live. Right. And so yeah. I wouldn't want to. I'd like to retire in somewhere warm.
Do you think
Right.
we all
Where
like
the food's
romanticize it?
yeah.
I think everybody, especially in the trades, right?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this happens to me also. I travel. I'm like, I could live here.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it's because we're tourists there.
Tourists, yeah.
You know what I mean? If you retire, maybe that's pretty
Yeah.
similar to being a tourist. It's not that different. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Yeah. For retirement, yes. But again, if you're not going to pick up and start a business somewhere, it's not going to be in Europe. I wouldn't anyways, right?
yeah, I don't think you
Depending
can
what type of
charge.
business you're in, not in the trades. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
So speaking about picking up and start a business, tell me. I wanted to talk a little bit about the business part of what you do.
Mhm.
I like to talk a little bit about your day. How do you approach that? Do you have more teams, or tell me a little bit about the business side and how your day goes?
Yeah. So when I started myself. I was on the tools. I was doing the sales. I was doing all this stuff. Eventually, as we grew, I had to come off the tools. So we had to obviously hire people, different team members for different types of things that we do. Office staff is too like, so pretty much what I do, I still have, a lot of our customers are, especially from the early days, are really good friends of mine. So they deal with me directly.
Mm.
So I still go out and quote quite a bit of things.
So you do your own sales still.
I don't really have to, but I like I said, I like it. I like the company of my customers sometimes. You know, I don't do every single time. I do help them out a lot when it comes to, because I'm quick at it, right? I'm very fast and you know, and I get to see my old customers. But yeah, I deal with that. I deal with the office staff, financials, all that stuff, put out fires, that kind of stuff, right? Looking for new contracts. That's pretty much my day to day, and just making sure that everyone I have placed in their departments is that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So how many people do you employ now?
Right now we're at 14.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say fires, what kind of, like, I'm just thinking to myself, like that kind of, what fires would you have?
You know, there's one thing in construction, as you know,
That's
especially
financial.
You know, there's always some type of lost translation between emails and you know, phone calls and whatnot. So that's pretty much it. Schedules, things like this. Oh, like, I thought the guys were supposed to be here at 8, and you call the office. No, I told them 10. These kind of things, right? It's all little things, but it's like you need to hear a voice of wisdom, I guess, right? To calm the seas. Because it's so easy to miss. Like, you can read a text and it's like, oh, look what he said. And it's like, that's not how he means it. This is just the way he's telling you. There's no attitude. Text messaging is the absolute worst. I'm very big on phone calls, because you don't know, right? You start reading something and you're picturing something else in your mind, like how he's saying it, how is his attitude, and it's when you pick up the phone, it's like he's happy, you know, and so that's pretty.
It's like, well, you said it this way, but no, I just wrote it as it is, straightforward. Everybody trying to bring emotions through text.
Basically, your own mood changes the text.
Exactly, it does.
No. But sometimes you just, you know, he's busy, I'm busy. So somebody will ask me a question. I'm like, yeah, we'll be there soon. And they're like, wow, that's so rude. Like, hey, how's it going? Yes, I got you.
That's what I mean. If it, like the same exact text, if you're having a good day, you might be like, oh, it's okay, no problem. And then if you're having a bad day, the same exact text, so you're like,
you will interpret it differently.
You know, exactly.
See, like I'm a short text guy, right? So I'll say yes, no, okay. I'm one of those guys, is because very rare there's always someone talking to me. Right. Or I'm dealing with an email or a staff or a customer. So I'm very like, okay, I read this real quick. I'm always multitasking. So I don't do a whole paragraph. And I remember someone coming up to me, and it was actually a meeting we had. He says, you know, my staff members are saying you're very short with them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, these guys are amazing. He goes, yeah, like, I said, give me an example. And they're like, yeah, they sent you a text and all you said was no.
I know what you mean.
And then it was all these one word, you know, even with you, when you sent me a message, it was you. Yeah. So it's
one of those 21st century.
No, not really. I'm the day dependent. Depends.
And I'll get a text message and I'll read it, and then someone will talk to me and I'll be like, okay, I forgot. I have to. Yes, we're good. You know. So yeah.
You know, I definitely agree. I definitely understand. I find a lot that my straightforwardness can be a problem in this time and age, because a lot of people are like, especially, you know, when people start working with us from colleges and finishing school and all that, they expect, it's like, hey, how's it going? I hope your day is doing great. Well, you know, I wanted to talk to you about ABCD.
Yes.
No, dude, I need you to do ABCD. Bye.
Exactly.
You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, specifically, I'm talking to one of my construction managers now. And pretty much I told him straightforward, I'm like, listen, dude, if you forget stuff, I need you to write stuff down. Because if I need somebody to forget anything, I will hire myself again.
Yes.
I'm too busy for it.
Exactly.
So he comes to me the day after and he's like, oh, Max, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know that I upset you or whatever. I'm like, you didn't upset me.
You're just
I just told
facts.
you not to. I just literally told you, write stuff down.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are you going to do?
It is, but that's how people take things, right? They always think you're an attack one, and they don't realize, hey man, like I'm busy.
Yeah.
You know, you're asking me one thing and I'm dealing with 4 other things.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not to be short or rude, but I'm a bullet point guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, and if you don't get it, just ask me after, right? But try to figure it out. I'm very big on, hey man, you can make mistakes. I need you to make mistakes, but I need you also to learn from your mistakes. I'm that kind of guy, right?
Do you have the same issue? Like, tell me if you have the same issue between your office guys and the guys on tools. I find every time when an office guy talks to the guys on tool, they kind of get upset because the guys on tool are very short with them because they actually do a physical work. You know what I mean? And these guys think that they have all the time in the world for emailing and everything. How do you manage this situation? Because I find I have a lot of issues and misunderstanding where my guys from the office, my trades would be like, Max, listen, this guy is on my case 24/7. I have no time for that.
Yeah. I just give scenarios. I always on top of the office knowing what these guys are going through. You know, like driveway sealing, let's go with that one. So we have someone booking our driveway sealing, right? You need to understand like that there's traffic, there's heat, they have to stop, they have to do this, that. You have to consider that. You can't just, oh, why isn't this done at this time? Well, ask them. Maybe there was traffic. Do you ever think about that? Like you need travel time, these kinds of things, you know, weather conditions, you know, yes, like this, what was it, 32 degrees the other day?
Yeah.
Those guys they're not going to work. You're in an air-conditioned office. You have to consider that.
Asphalt, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know, like these kinds of things. So I always try to put scenarios in their head, right? And the same thing, vice versa, with the guys on the field. You guys are visually seeing it. They're not. They're going off what people are telling, and they're visualizing something that might not even be there, right? So it's very... The communication between the guys in the office, like pictures. Pictures are huge for us. Pictures, videos, all these things, right? Because I want the office to see what these guys are doing outside.
To understand.
Yeah. And I want also, like, we send emails to our guys from clients so they see what these clients are complaining about, right? Because I'll have an office staff just read something on an email, try to explain it, and they don't. There's a lost translation. Right? So send the email directly to the guy that's on the field so he can look at it while he's there and go from there, right? So
do you have your office people often go, do you send them on site to kind of see and understand what is that you're doing, or is it a completely different department you're trying not to involve them?
I try not to, but yeah, sometimes like they have to leave the office. I have one admin that never leaves the office. But yeah, they have to see what's going on.
And when you were I remember in the beginning when we discussed about signage and all that, do you do it yourself or do you have somebody in the office doing that? And the reason I'm asking is because I have architectural technologists that will do the drawings and everything for the guys on site. And I often ask them to go on site to actually see and understand what is that they're doing. Because for their perspective, they do the drawings like a 2D thing. We do lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of need to see, you need to understand what's going on in real life.
Yeah.
You do that? Do you have that person that does your plans? And
if it's a brand new build, like something brand new or a change, yes, I'll get an architect to go in there, take a look, tell me what it needs. But if it's existing, I pretty much, I can... Because I've been around it so much now and so many different types of parking lots, I know pretty much what it needs just by Google Earth and seeing what's in that plaza, right? Like I'll walk into your plaza, I know exactly what it needs, you know, just from the walk from the truck to here, just because I've been around it so often. It's just experience.
And what does a process of what the process of working with you looks like? So assuming I will call you and I would like your services, what is the process?
So, you know, we get an email to the office. I try to get everything forwarded to the office so we can track everything.
Of course.
And then depending on what it is, if it's stuff that we can do on Google Earth, like a line mark change or something like that, we'll do that. If we have to do a site visit, we'll go. We like to meet, especially for the first time clients. I have a lot of repetitive clients. Probably about 75% of our clients are all repetitive.
That means you're doing a good job.
Well, yeah, because it's all about maintenance and safety for their parking lots, right? So, like after a brutal winter like this, All right.
Crazy, yeah.
We're visiting all these parking lots. Like I know more or less what they're talking about because we've been there 20 times already in the past, right? So yeah, you'll send an email. We always like to meet our clients on site for the first time if it's their first interaction. I remember the first time ever where we this happened like I don't know 3 years ago, where we quoted the job, got a PO for a job, completed a job, billed a job, got paid for the job, and I wasn't on site one time. So that was very difficult for me, and it wasn't nothing major, but I just kept thinking that, like, how did we go through that? And I've never been on site. I've never met this client face to face, right? So we made it, we have to meet these clients. We have to have a one-on-one. It can't just be over email.
So that was problematic for you.
Like the job went amazing. Don't get me wrong. It went amazing. And a lot of people look for that. It's just, personally, I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the only guys who actually, like even the staff members didn't meet the owner of the property. It was all through emails and phone calls or whatnot. And I like to build a relationship because it's about longevity, right? You're going to need my services in a few years. So
you don't want it to be a one-time thing as somebody talked over the internet and it's gone kind of thing.
It's gone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very big on that now. Yeah.
You see, I'll tell you, there is one, I can relate to it in one reason, because in my office, there is, of course, I have signs where things are starting to go wrong or not. And to me, one of the signs where something not wrong, but weird is when I start forgetting addresses of jobs. When my staff would refer to a certain address and I'm like, oh, hold on, what is that address? But so yeah, that's to me, that's where I feel that, okay, Max, you're out of the loop. You gotta have a meeting, you gotta talk with everybody, and clear there are projects that you're not familiar with. But on the other hand, I always thought that getting it means, to me, it's kind of, okay, it's a success. If your business can run without you being involved,
yes,
it's a successful business.
100%. That's what everyone works towards, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I wanted. Like, I wanted it to get to a point where, hey, you guys aren't waiting for me to quote, your pricing, you're sending it out and we're getting the jobs and I don't have to do anything. But when it finally actually happened, it was like, no, this can't be. We need to build some type of, again, because it's longevity. You're going to need my services again. You're going to call me back. Like, I remember having a customer. This is when we were more in the residential side. I lived in Dubai. And I would talk to this guy literally once a week for 3 years. Never met this guy. And I'm like, why do you trust me? You don't even look. He wouldn't even ask for anything. He would just, I'd said, submit the invoice, he'd pay. And it's like, why do you how do you know? And he's like, I trust you. I'm like, how do you trust? We never met. Right. So yeah. And then I remember meeting him for the first time and we just hit it off and we still do business. But
no, it's amazing.
Yeah. I was just shocked. Like, how do you trust me that much just by the sound of my voice? Right. We've never FaceTime, nothing. You just heard the sound of my voice.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
And I hear that as well. Your voice is very calm.
Yeah.
And you do not project panic or issues. You project that, talking to you project that it's going to be handled.
Yeah.
Just leave it to me. It's going to be handled, that kind of thing. And specifically when you leave out of the country and you want to make sure that everything is going to be done, you want that to happen. And funny enough, all the trades that, we work with, that's mainly what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
If I call and say that we have an issue, I don't want to be like, well, Max, it's your problem. You made a mistake here. Because it happens every once in a while, right? I want to hear, okay, Max, okay. Let me see. We'll figure that out. And we'll get it done. That kind of thing. So you got that projection of, this is not my first day, my first rodeo kind of thing.
A lot of guys tell me, like, you must be so stressed. I'm like, I don't stress at all.
It's amazing.
Because for me, you only stress about things you can't control. So if you're stressing about it, you're going to make a bad decision, right? So why stress about it? Sit back, relax, think about it, and handle it, right?
It's so funny. I just talked to one of my trades, like literally, I kid you not, I swear, an hour ago about it. He's like, I'm talking to him, whatever. We just passed on actually on 3 projects right now, inspections today, all together. And I come on site and I'm like, oh, that's great. You see, he was arguing with me about something, and I'm like, dude, don't argue with me.
Yeah.
Everything has to be done up to code, whatever.
Yeah.
To make a long story short, I came to see him now. I told him everything passed. I'm like, you see, you did what I asked you to do, and we passed. He's like, yeah, no worries. He's like, of course, we're gonna do as per what you're requesting in inspections. I'm not stressing about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you may be not stressing about it, but if you tell me that you don't stress about it, then I have to stress about it.
Yeah.
But when I know that you stress about it, then I'm not gonna stress about it.
Yeah.
But I guess in your case, it's a little bit different because his voice is not as comforting as yours.
Yeah. Plus, too, like especially if you own your mistakes, right? That's huge. You won't stress anymore because it's okay. You know what? I screwed this up. I gotta fix it. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Why stress about it? Is it going to cost you this? Of course it will. But learn from your mistakes so you don't do it again. You'll be more cautious, right? If you're in a panic every time you make a mistake, then you're going to continue to do the same thing over and over instead of relax. This is why this happened, so it doesn't happen again. Yeah. That's how I always looked at it. Like everybody screws stuff up, right?
Of course.
Listen, you can be a business owner stressing over every penny that goes out there because you got so many people working for you, and everybody at the end of the day can be some reason for you to lose anything.
Yeah.
But you lose a little bit here, you're gonna make a little bit more.
What about having like? Cause you said you didn't like it because you need to build a personal relationship. What about having like account managers or something like that?
Yeah, we have that now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. We have that now. Where like now I don't meet every client. I try to.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as there's a relationship built, like I said, I try.
They build a relationship, but you don't have to be there.
Yes, exactly. And sense. If they ever want, to meet me, I'm always trying to make myself available, right? So because we're still in the early year, like we're only in year 10, right? So
I think they're called customer success. Or
Like again, like I don't quote every job anymore, right? Mm-hmm. Like I always keep an eye on everything and see what's happening, and I'll see, we got this job. Oh, we got this job. Who's this and who's that? Where did it come from? Like I like to know everything, which is hard because you're not going to know everything in your business when you have different people taking different things on. But I try to stay on top of, everything, see what's going on.
Are you micromanaging your people?
I wouldn't say micromanaging. I let them make the mistakes. I used to be, especially when it came to office, because I didn't come from office position, right? Mm-hmm. So even hiring people for the office was something new to me. Yeah. I never was the type to be behind a computer or sitting at a desk. I didn't like it. I don't like it now, but
I have no choice.
Yeah, but I always try to give what I wanted when I worked for somebody, right? Like, let me make this mistake. Let me deal with this, right? If I screw it up, I'll fix it, right? That kind of stuff. So I let them make their own mistakes. I try to guide them as best I can, right? But yeah, that's the only way. It's the only way to grow. If they don't, and my expectations are different, right? I can multitask because nobody knows my business like myself, right? I can do 3 different things at once, and you can't expect that you're hiring. And that was another big problem I had, right? So expecting that whatever I do, I can do these 3 things. That I'll hire one person and they can do that. That's not how it works.
One thing out of
exactly. So what I do is I'll dump a bunch of stuff on them, see what they're good at, right? Because obviously, if I'm hiring you, your potential is. There's something that made me hire you, right? I might have hired you to write an estimate, right? But there's something else that you're good at. You could be good on the phone. You could be good at accounting. There's always something that you're good at, right? And if you're not good at anything, then you got to go, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I met some people who are not.
But that's what it is. Like, you always have to, like, when you're hiring someone, you have to see what they're really good at. Just give them that, and that's it. And you might have to, my wife used to work in our office, right? And she used to do a lot. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe one person can do it. 3 or 4 people can do what, because
it was one of the two, or to stop working for you or to fire you, one of the two, eh?
Yeah.
It's funny because my wife told me, I remember in the beginning of my business, she was helping me a lot.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to be able to work for you ever. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You gotta have help.
Yeah.
My funny enough first administrative position is thanks to my wife because she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was your
Even with that, like, I for us not to butt heads in the office, I was like, I just let her do her thing. That's it. If she needed my help or if she wanted to ask me something, that was it. Other than that, do what you guys, I don't want to know what you're doing, because who else are you going to trust with the business, right? So do your thing. And if you need me, I stayed out of her way. She stays out of mine. And that's how it actually worked. Because people would come in the office and say, how do you guys work together? And that's what it is. You do your thing, I do my thing. And that's it. If we need each other for something, we're there. But don't oversee, don't put your opinion, don't micromanage. And that's what it was.
So does she still work with you, or
No, she's on mat leave right now. She's on mat leave.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then
and you got a new baby, which is
so then we had to hire. Yeah, thank you. And then from her being gone, I had to hire an accountant, a bookkeeper, another admin, like so many different positions. I knew that one person is not going to do what she does, right?
But it's so funny, right? How, because again, pretty much your business is kind of parallel to mine. It's just that my product is different than yours.
Yes.
But otherwise, it's a business. But it's funny how I also clearly know all the work in my office, but it's like you can't replace me with one person. You can replace me with 4 different positions.
Yeah.
Construction, architecture, drafting, and administrative and all that. And at a certain point, same with my wife, when she was helping me a little bit with the paperwork, she left, replace her with 3 more people. Yeah. All of a sudden you find that instead of 2 people, you got 8 to 9 people in the office getting salaries for.
It's crazy.
That's what the word entrepreneur literally means.
Yeah.
Literally a person who does everything.
Yeah.
So that's the nature of the work.
Yeah, like I didn't realize till I started hiring people how much I do.
And you underestimate it. You're like, I'm not doing anything special.
Exactly. And it's like, holy man, how did I, especially now that like we're growing and I'm putting different people in the positions, that stuff that I used to do is like, how did I do all of this?
Yeah.
How was that possible? Yeah. Like I was on the road all day.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The benefit, I guess, is in most cases, when you hire a person to do one specific task, in most cases, they'll be better at that task.
Yes. See, that's another thing. In most cases. When I hire, I want somebody better.
Yeah, exactly.
Than me.
Yeah.
Right? I've always tried to make myself the weakest link in the company when it comes to certain things. So, and it's because I'm targeting certain positions, right? Hey, you know how to draft better than me? That's what I'm looking for. I don't want you, or I don't want to.
What do you want to pay them for?
Yes, you're better at sales. That's exactly what I want. I don't want to be, I'm the best at everything, right?
Yeah.
So
what's the kind of culture you have in your office?
Everything.
What's everything?
Like, what do you mean?
So, for example, we talked to a person that their culture is to be friendly. He's best friends with his staff. For him, it works. And they go out and they chill and pretty much weekends together and that kind of stuff. They're all like vibing together and, yeah. In my office, the culture is we're friendly, we're helping each other, but at the end of the day, work is work.
Yeah.
I don't interact a lot with everybody in the office. We're not like besties. What kind of vibe do you have in your office? What kind of culture you have with your employees?
It's business. And it varies, right? Because, again, we've gone through so many transitions. Like, again, when you first start a business, you hire this guy's a friend, this guy's a relative, right? Everyone's close. You talk to each other after work and all these things. And then, you start to get more and more people, right? And then that goes away. We try to do like barbecues and stuff together.
Yeah.
These kinds of things, but at the end of the day, when the day's over, the day's over. with a lot of them.
Everybody goes to their own home.
Yeah, I think they like it better like that, like, because you don't just take the good, you take the bad with that too, right? So if someone's having an issue at home, you're taking that on too, right? When it comes to employees, and because again, I've been through this, through all of them. Like, I don't get into a personal relationship as much anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll be there for them. But
also some things are not for you to know or to care about.
100%.
Like, they shouldn't be comfortable to come to and be like, hey, bud, help me out. I have a problem.
Yeah.
A personal problem kind of thing.
Yes.
So I definitely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and business is unforgiving, right? There's no emotions in business, right? If I don't feel well today, I still got to pay that bill. I still got to do that job. And it affects your judgment as well, right? So I know it doesn't sound right, doesn't sound good, but when you start, growing in business, those kind of decisions are motionless, unfortunately, right? So not that they, that everyone's friendly, everyone talks, but the after hour work stuff they don't do anymore, and that's at their choice as well. Like, I can't go to a party. I can't go to a party with one of my employees, if a family function.
Right?
Yeah, I would feel very weird.
It is, and it sucks, to be honest, because I used to, right? But when you get to a certain level, it's like, how much in common do you really have other than work? Right?
And then you come to somebody's party, and now you're talking about work.
Yeah.
Instead of enjoying the party.
Yes,
I definitely agree with you.
Yeah. Because like you're an entrepreneur, like you're always multitasking. You don't go anywhere just to relax, right? There's always something that something you got to do 2 or 3 things at once, right? So it's a little bit different.
What would you say is the business lesson you wish you learned a lot sooner, like when you started?
What would I learn a lot?
Every day, I think we'll learn
every day.
Lessons.
Every day. There's always lessons every day.
But was there something big that made a big change in how you operate?
Processes and procedures. I wish I learned that, implement that a lot sooner than I did. Again, we snowballed like after pretty much during COVID. So I didn't really have a time to really plan the growth. But I wish that's something I started from day one, process and procedures, right? Not expecting, I grew up as, like my dad used to always expect me to know everything, right? Like, you've been around me, you've seen me, you should know how to do this. That was my attitude too. So when I would bring someone on, I'd be, oh, how do you not know how to do this? Instead of actually training, so I wish I did that a lot sooner. Just, now we like train of how we want things done our way, right?
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's pretty much.
So speaking about processes, that's actually very important. As somebody who was on tools before, how do you get to? It's very difficult. I know that it took me a long time to understand how processes work and put them together, because before doing that, I've never had them. I was on tools as well for many, many years. So how do you get to? Do you get a professional to help you out? If somebody opens up a business, any business right now, and they have the same issue, let's say a plumber that want to grow, and they have the same issue, how would you suggest to them, what would they need to do in order to get those processes intact?
Well, if you're not good at training, that's number one. You need to know if you're good at training someone or not, because I grew up too, again, in the early 2000s, my training was, hey, go get this, go get that. Nobody really told you anything. You had to learn on your own, right? So my training, somebody else, I had to actually get someone to, hey, how do I train this guy to do this, right? Without getting frustrated, without wanting to rip his head off, how do I do it? So I actually had someone train me how to train somebody, and then it's just being
company.
Just for myself, right?
Like coaching?
Like a coach.
Okay.
Yeah. And I talk to a lot of like entrepreneurs, successful businessmen. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm very good at listening and taking constructive criticism. That's number one. So yeah, it's just and just just keep doing the same thing over and over, repetitiveness. You know what I mean? This is how we do things. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, and just going back to see if that's how it's happening, right? Pictures is huge too, because you can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're coming to work with us, if you can't take a picture of your work, that means you can't be here because you have no pride in your work. So we always tell our guys, like if you come here and you want to work here, you know your stuff's always going to be online, okay? And I need to see pictures. So, but yeah, it's just repetitive. Like you got to be repeat all the time. That's all it is. Yeah.
You like your guys being on camera?
Do I like it? I don't mind it.
You don't mind?
No, I
Do
don't.
they
mind
like it?
I think they do. Some of them do. Some of them don't. Some of them prefer not to be.
Are we
But
talking videos or photos?
both. Yeah,
Photos are easy. No,
Yeah.
I find that nobody minds photos.
Yeah.
Really.
By the way, who runs your social media?
I
You
do.
do it yourself?
Yeah,
So tell me a little bit about it, because really, social media on its own is a full-time job.
yeah.
So
It's-
I got Archie here. He is kind of
Multiple
Each-
full-time jobs.
yeah. Well, yeah, like he's doing the social media, but then yeah. Anyways, for us, one of the companies. How do you? I don't see myself being able to also, with everything that I do social media. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Tell me a little bit about that.
And I'm
it
very-
sucks you in also.
And
You probably do it over at night.
not really. I do it throughout the days.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much when I get a second. I try to do it. Figure to do it once in the morning, afternoon, and the evening. Right, something to put out. I'm horrible at what I'm doing on social media. I know I could be doing so much more. It's just, yeah, it's tough to, it's just another added thing to do.
I saw you have like professionally produced stuff. So
Yes,
do you
so
work with the videographer?
Yeah,
or what's-
have videographers do stuff for me. Sometimes they'll post it for me. But like our stories day to day, I pretty much post.
Okay.
But yeah, I do have videographers and stuff like that. They'll send me stuff and then I'll just post it.
So what is your process like? Was that kind of like they'll come take the footage, then they'll send it over basically complete, just ready to go, or
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We do it like for certain projects.
Mhm.
We don't do it every day. I get my guys a lot to do videos. I do videos when I'm on site and just, do whatever, post them mostly on stories. But
So actually, so how do you decide which specific point is a good time to bring a videographer then?
certain projects,
Question.
just certain projects, like when we do parking lots, if it's usually something bigger, something, like,
Yeah, you're not gonna
The
bring
location.
somebody for a residential driveway
no,
ceiling.
but if we're doing potholes,
I hope all our viewers are not gonna get upset.
is this live? No,
no, it's not live.
no, it's just, yeah, it depends on,
No, but all the residential viewers are like, what? My driveway is important.
It is important, just not important enough for a videographer.
yeah, because we do milestones, right? Like we'll do, like it all depends on what we're doing. Like we're doing like a Honda dealership. We're going to be, there'll be a video guy for that. It depends on the service I want to be showing for that time.
Portfolio
right?
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's expensive, right? It's very expensive to have a video guy to do his thing, and
Yeah.
our only form of advertising is like we don't spend hardly anything on advertising.
Instagram probably, right?
Instagram is probably the most, and it's not even a lot. Our customers, it's mostly referrals.
Yeah.
Over all these years, and that's why we are very competitive with our pricing. Is what we spend on advertising. Yeah, we have a lot of repetitive customers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so
But, I can ask a million technical questions about the social media and the videography stuff.
I totally suck at it. Instagram. I'm telling you right now.
Are you the kind of guy to bring work home, or are you
Yeah, I'm always working. I'm always working.
Always working.
Always working. Yeah.
How does it work with family, kids? Yeah, because I'll tell you why I'm asking that. I was the type of guy that would bring work home, and by work I mean all the stress, all the worries, and physically also working from home after hours.
Mhm.
I used to quote and do all that. my family didn't like that. I'll put it like
Yeah.
my family didn't like that. And that kind of pushed me into growth because I realized that it's not sustainable. I have to come home and I need to be home with the family,
Yeah.
just like everybody else. How do you practice bringing work home, and how does it work with your family?
So I don't do any. There's certain things I won't bring home. One is coding, unless it's an emergency. I will not bring that home, and I do not sit in front of a computer at home. That's kind of one of my
great rule, by the way.
It's a rule, right? You can't, because then I'll be there for take me 5 minutes. Next thing you know, it's 5 hours, right? And you're not sleeping.
Yes.
Right. So those are the two major rules. Like I don't go on the computer. My phone does not stop, right? So my phone rings up to 10 o'clock at night, and then it's like, okay, I got an hour. I won't answer the phone. I'll turn the ringer off, and it'll be like that, right? Because it's distracting. That's why it's down, right? Because I know once I pick that up, there's 4 or 5 messages. 100%. There's 10 freaking missed calls.
100%.
So you got to learn how to do that, which is, I know it's hard because of, everyone scrolling and all this stuff, but that's pretty much it.
You know what I started practicing?
What?
We leave our phones, everybody, including the kids, no electronics on the second floor.
I heard that's...
No electronics on the second floor. All our phones are pretty much on the first floor.
Yeah.
Messages, I don't care what. So pretty much after 7:30, I don't have my phone in my hands. It's on silence.
Wow.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, I don't think...
That's why, by the way, I don't answer a lot, right?
I couldn't do that.
Did you ask yourself that question?
Couldn't do that.
Well, I get rid of my phone very often, but...
Yeah, because I find that it helps to reduce anxiety levels.
Yeah.
It's funny, people get upset.
Mm-hmm.
People get upset. They're like, I called you, like, why are you not picking up?
Yeah.
It's like, because maybe I don't want my phone right next to me at all times.
And by the way, emails now, it's like, email used to be something that you send.
Yeah.
And
mail.
whenever somebody...
Mail. Yeah.
Like mail. Yeah, it's a mail, right? That's why it's an email. Now it's like people upset because they expect an answer right away.
Instant messaging.
It became an SMS.
Yeah.
Like people send you an email from their office and they expect you to answer right away.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I really do. So no phone after 7:30, no emails at home. But yeah, if I see something that is important and I have that code with my office people, how to know that it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But interesting enough, different guests that we had here, we asked questions. Some guys deal with it differently. They're like, I'm on it at all times. And,
Yeah.
Different thing works for different people. It's
I changed too since the baby's been born, right? She's 2 months now. Like I know that I want to be able to see her grow and not be distracted. And so I practice these things before.
Great. Good for
right? Because also I don't want her to see that as well, right? I know she's young, but if you don't start practicing now, I know eventually my goal is, to have 2 different lines, one for business and one for personal.
2 phones or 2 lines on 1 phone?
To have maybe 2 phones. Yeah. But that's the goal. Yeah. Cause I'm always working. It never stops.
It's like the same as having work mode and personal mode.
Yeah.
Like on my phone, by the way, even though I put it away, I have 2 modes.
Yeah.
On my personal mode, you will not see an email. You will not see anything that has to do with work.
So how do you guys, because this is actually a huge struggle for me. Most days will struggle in the evening to shut off. Kind of like just to sit down and watch a movie, my brain is still going about whatever work related stuff. It's a big problem. So
I don't know to shut that off because I can't watch a movie. I can't watch sports. I try, but it never shuts off. It doesn't. I've tried to watch movies. I always have to be, if I'm watching a movie, I gotta be doing some type of work. I have to be, before it was multitasking and now it's more than because I gotta do like 4 or 5 things. There's nothing that I've ever found that will shut it off.
You do have it. You got a little bit.
Now my daughter, that's it.
I have a hack that I discovered because I actually had this problem with movies. More recently it's been better, but if I go to a movie theater, I'm there.
Really?
Of course. In a movie theater, you can't be on the phone. You can do anything, right? So once you committed to being in the chair, you're watching the movie. That's
Actually,
the only
to me,
thing
it's
that's
the other way
happening.
around.
Yeah.
I go with my kids, and every time when they watch a movie, because you can't be on your phone, I start thinking about work
Yes, exactly.
Well, because you're watching a kids movie.
because I'm not watching.
Yeah.
kids movies.
I used to
Exactly.
I used to love movies, right?
Yeah.
But I'll sit there, especially if it's one I never watched. That's why I watch a lot. If I'm watching a movie, it has to be one I've watched in the past. So at least I can,
Yeah, I like rewatching.
because I won't know what happened for the 10 minutes because I'm processing other things.
I see.
Question, interesting question. Do you, because you're 24/7 in work, I had this issue. Do you have dreams in a loop of you doing a job and you start the job, you do the process, you almost get to the end and it starts over again and you never finish the job?
I've never had that.
Never had that?
What I do dream is I'll dream and then I'll wake up and okay, I got to write this down because I have to do this tomorrow. I get a lot of that, right? Because there's so much stuff processing. You forget a bunch of things. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Write it down and yeah.
And does it happen to you that, speaking of that, that you do the job that you're supposed to do tomorrow in your dream a day before?
Yeah.
And pretty much you remember stuff, or like,
Yeah.
I know.
Especially the early days when I was doing actually the physical work all the time. Like my wife would tell me, like, you're doing something with your hands and you're talking and like I was awake. So yeah.
It's very annoying to be honest.
Yeah.
This happens to me too, and then like I dream about work, and then I wake up, I'm like I can't even like stop thinking about work while I'm sleeping now. So this is
Dude, that's not annoying. What's annoying is when you do in your mind, in your dream, you do a job and you almost to finish it and it starts again. It's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And you pretty much dream the same process again and again and again and again over the night.
This is now a therapy session.
Crazy. Tell me, how is it to be a young dad again?
Awesome. It's the best. It made, like, I try to stop now at like 5 o'clock and I never stop. So now it's like when it's 4 o'clock, I'm already, okay, can I leave in half an hour? Can I leave in an hour? And I'll do my best. Like, it's because it's my best part of the day. It's so different. And that's why it's easy to do that now. Right. It's like her face is burned in my brain. Right. So yeah, it's,
Are you like hands-on and all that, helping to change diapers and all that?
Oh yeah.
How did you was not sleeping?
I don't sleep much. I never slept. I've never been the type to sleep much.
Oh yeah?
No, I'm not a big sleeper.
That helps.
4 or 5 hours exactly. So it doesn't make a big difference.
4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, it's it.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
I'm like a zombie if I sleep 4 hours.
Are you one of those waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to do emails?
Yeah, 4:30. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I try not to go into emails. That's like, again, because I wake up, I don't want to start looking at stuff. Because as soon as I start looking at things, it starts to go even quicker, right? So I wake up, I have my little routine, get ready, and then head out, and then I'll start hitting the phone calls. Then from the phone calls, I get to the office. I really, really trying not to look at my emails till I hit the office in the morning, right? So yeah.
So tell me, what's for you the idea of waking up that early? Everybody have different ideas. Some would tell you we're going to the gym. Some would tell you that's the quiet time to do emails.
Yeah.
And to handle stuff that we don't have time to handle.
To be honest, I think I wake up that early is because there's nobody else awake, right? There's no one that's going to call you at 5 a.m. There's no one's going to call you at 4:30. So it's kind of my alone time. I'm not going to be asked 1,000 questions. I think that's what it is. And it's automatic. Like if I go on vacation, I'm still up. Like I'm up at 5. I don't sleep until like 8 or any of that, right? I'm just up. And I think that has a lot to do with it because it's like my sanity, it's my peace, it's my 1 hour of, I don't have to talk to anybody, right? And I think automatically it is why that happens.
What about the dogs? Do they wake up when you wake up?
Oh, my dogs, as soon as I walk in the house, they're following me all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you got to walk them and all that.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So you walk them at 5 a.m.?
Yeah, they wake up as soon as I'm up. As soon as I walk in the door, I have a male and a female.
You'll know.
Yeah, I have a male and a female. As soon as I walk in the door, if I'm in the house, wherever I go, that dog's going. Doesn't matter what time it is, where it is.
You just let them out or you take them for a walk?
No, like Doesn't if I walk in the door, if I'm walking to the basement, they walk with me to the base. If I walk up, I could do that 100 times, and they'll do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I find the same thing with that little thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you always like this? You know, waking up early and.
Well, I've always been in construction, right? So, we're always used to waking up early, right? Yeah, but pretty much, like even as a teenager, like I was never the type to sleep until 12 unless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to waste the day. I always wanted to get as much stuff in as possible.
That was me. I'm the opposite.
So,
I was always like waking up late, but I also always stayed up late. So that's
yeah. I'm like, and you know, before the baby was born, I was trying to like go to bed early at 9 o'clock, 9:30, but the time I fall asleep is like 11 anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always go to sleep like late, and I usually wake up at around 7:15, 7:30. Now with this guy, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, by the way, it's his second episode, and the last one, because we have to give him away, because unfortunately my wife is allergic to him.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks.
Well, depending on how things go, they might see him again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that sucks. So, but yeah. No, for me, it's I wouldn't be able to wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I find that thing, it's kind of repetitive with a lot of guests that we have here. But I don't know. I guess I'm kind of different about it.
It makes me feel a little insecure, but like whatever.
I'd like to like, you know, sleep in a little bit, but it just doesn't, it's not, well, like I'm not an alarm guy.
The thing is, are you not falling asleep at like 3, 4 o'clock? Are you not like feeling tired?
At 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah. Because you wake up so early?
Yeah, I'll power nap like for 10 minutes.
Oh, that's the cheat code. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
You know, like.
How much coffee are we talking?
Oh, a lot of coffee.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, I drink
that
a lot
explains
of
it.
espresso.
Yeah.
And I'm actually been cutting back on that as well. You know, just because my age, I'm getting older and stuff. So I'm trying to stop some of the stuff I was doing.
I just introduced you as a young father. What are you talking about?
So yeah, I've tried to cut back on especially the
It's
caffeine.
been kind of a pattern. Everybody who says I wake up early, they're also like, yeah, I drink so much caffeine. It's like,
Yeah, because you can't stay, because it's, I personally don't think it's sustainable for a long time, but how long do you do it for?
What's that?
Waking up early, or is it like all your life?
Well, yeah, it's like since I've had business for sure. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I usually wake up at around between 7 to 8 o'clock, but then I go to sleep at between 11,
But you know that
12 to between 11 to 1 o'clock.
You know that with age, naturally this happens. Actually, like the older you get, the less time generally you need to sleep, and people kind of naturally start sleeping.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it becomes easier and easier for me. But when I was younger, I was like a very heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's physiological or it's like when you're 80 and you know, you're like, I need to squeeze every moment of life out of this situation.
See, like me, once I'm out, I'm out.
Am I that? No? Oh, okay, good.
Once I'm out, I'm out. Like you can't, doesn't matter what's happening around me, man. There could be a tornado. Like I won't wake up.
I see.
So see, I used to be like that, not anymore.
Now every little sound.
But you wake up fully rested, 4:38 like a.m. You feel completely like good to go. Damn.
I don't know, man. How you do that?
Well,
I don't know too. Like it's weird. I've talked to a lot of people about it too, and I thought, you know, eventually this will go away. Like it happened more is when I, you know, started business, because there's so much to do and you know, but yeah.
You know how they say everybody needs 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep, right? So there's actually a genetic, not a disorder, really, more like some people genetically build different. It's a very rare situation. And if you have a specific gene, actually they are fully rested if they sleep like 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you get that gene, you basically have a life hack to life because you have 4 hours extra on everybody else. That's insane.
Now I understand how Elon Musk leads his life.
The Rock is
I
like...
guess he got this, The Rock?
Of course, this guy, look at everything he does and he sleeps like 4 hours. How is that possible?
What is he doing?
He's in like 700 movies a year.
You see, and Elon Musk sleeps under his desk for 4 hours a night. I think that's more impressive.
Yeah, true.
No. I don't know. Nami. So what else should we know about your business? What else do you do that we maybe didn't discuss?
Just pretty much, no, we pretty much discussed what I do. I do preventative maintenance. I do safety control in parking lots too, like potholes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Yeah.
If somebody wanted to get into this business, where would you suggest they start?
Working for him.
Hey man, this is it's a good business to get into. It's because the season, especially when it comes to seal coating is very cheap to start.
And you don't need a lot of tools. And
Yeah.
It's not very, yeah.
It's very easy to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much work out there that you can't possibly, there's no shortage of it, right? So that's something that it's good. And it's good, like, because you're dealing with sales, you're dealing with people, you're dealing with customers. Again, it's a cheap startup. That'd probably be the best way to start.
You need a truck that thing that contains the, what is it called?
Well, like a seal tank. You need a seal tank.
And you go to this factory or whatever that fills it up.
Yeah, we go to our vendors to fill it up. Again, it's like all you need is a pickup truck and a small tank. It's very cheap to start if you're doing residential, right? Because you're not doing volume. You don't need big things, right? And then you just go from there. Getting into the asphalt business is a little bit different. It's because of the equipment is expensive.
Yeah, it's kind of what I meant. So it's one of those businesses that I often wonder about.
Yeah. Because
the investment is quite large.
Yeah.
It's like, how did people get to this?
Well, we
started to start somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, we started with seal coating, and then we started doing 1 ton of asphalt repairs. We had like a little hot box, which is a trailer. You put the asphalt inside. Mm-hmm. Started doing little repairs, stuff like that. Then we went from a 1 ton to a 2 ton hot box. And now we just use dump trucks and stuff like that, right? We were doing a lot of manual stuff.
So if a student asks you right now, right, considering your journey, would you suggest they take the same path, or maybe you discovered some shortcuts?
There's no shortcuts to anything. It's just
gotta work hard.
Stick to it, right? A lot of the guys give up too soon. Business isn't easy. If you want to scale, it's just work, right? You just guys be repetitive. You got to do the same thing. Be patient. A lot of the guys get into this, right? And like, because I get a lot of guys getting into the business calling me and they wanted me to mentor them. And one thing is you're looking past the 10 years that took me to get here, right? Where I was knocking on someone's door to get work. You need to do that, right? You need to be going out on Saturdays, on Sundays, especially in the summertime. When you're in the business, if you can't give up your weekends, don't get into it, because weekends are very important, right? The sun's out. It's a very limited season we have, like this year, we started the end of April. This year, we just started like last week because of the weather, right? Yeah. So you're very limited on timing, on what you can do, right? So if you're not, you're going to miss things. If you're not willing to do that, you're not going to make it at the end of the day. Right? You have to work every weekend. You're not going to make every barbecue. You're not going to make every wedding or vacation in the summer. Your vacation's gone, right? That's just in the beginning, but you have to continue to do that to grow, right? You can't just jump into, how we're set up now, because it's going to be an expensive mistake.
Yeah, 10-year overnight success.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you familiar with Dennis?
Dennis. I've met him. I've met him once or twice at a couple of events. I don't know him personally.
Have you been on his last event?
I was not there. I could not make that event.
It was a great event.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you were there, because we were there. And by the way, he got an upcoming event, right, on a yacht, which is probably going to be amazing.
Yeah, it was posted, I think, on Ava's Plumbing or Ava's Automation. I'm not sure.
I think Ava's Plumbing and Automation.
Yeah, I seen that.
I would definitely suggest you to check it out. And there's going to be a lot of professionals and a lot of people from the industry and a lot of Portuguese.
He's Portuguese too, isn't he?
Yeah.
So what about winter? Is winter like downtime?
So wintertime, we're in the snow business. We do snow plowing, snow removal, residential and commercial.
This is like such a. It seems like that's the kind of a lot of construction related stuff. It's like winter snow plowing.
A lot of people that in landscaping, because you got the equipment,
exactly.
and you got to do something.
See, every service that we we do is because it was requested by our ongoing clients.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like,
Like,
"You
hey,
did this
Steve,
for me, might as
can
well."
you do this? Like concrete. We didn't want to get involved with concrete on our commercial. We don't do it for residential, just for commercial. Can you get this thing done for me? It's like, okay, because of our relationship, I'm capable of doing it, and okay, we'll do it. Then like this, like for the snow, Steve, can your guys take care of this property with the snow because of whatever reason? And that's how we
Got into it.
that's how we get into
And
everything
again,
that we
another
do.
quick service, in and out.
Yeah. It's,
Nothing
well,
with
it's not,
liability.
it's not, it's a lot.
Well, yeah, but I
it's
mean,
not a quick
but
in and out service.
I mean, nothing like,
Yeah.
it can get.
Well,
you.
yeah. Imagine you do snow plowing.
it's-
No, you gotta control
Yes.
your equipment. Of course, shit
yeah,
happens.
you do
but
snow plowing. You rip out the speed
Snow's
bump.
no-
It's like,
snow's
well,
no joke.
congrats, you're the one doing it.
it's funny. I got the guy sealed my asphalt last year, and then the city snowplow came by,
Yeah.
They scratched it.
scratched my asphalt.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
What the
I
hell?
was so upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you write them this long email how you're upset about it.
They don't care.
And they're like,
at
we
all.
don't
No.
care. We
At
don't
all.
care."
No, it's
They actually
yeah.
broke one of my pole lights.
Yeah.
Just reminded me, actually, they broke my garbage bins, and I messaged them, City of Richmond Hill. They're like, yeah, actually, they were like, yeah, you can bring it, just say the snowplow, and they will replace it. Okay,
Yeah, because that's where you get your garbage bins.
but they don't care. They plow right.
You're not
through
gonna tell
it.
me, come and I'll give you a new light.
Because a lot of guys too, like what they do is they take on more than they can chew when it comes to snow. And a lot of it has to do with the couple that winter we had a couple years ago, right? So this is a big issue because we had like maybe 3 or 4 snowfalls like 3 years ago. And
And now
now
day-
people started taking more contracts because
Yeah.
whether you snow or it doesn't, you're on a contract, right?
Yeah.
So you take on more and more and more. And this is where you get into these issues because now you have to clear the snow. So you're hiring anybody or anyone that'll show up. We don't do that. We're always limited. Okay, this is a cap because if it doesn't snow or if it does, I always look at the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I don't want to take on things that we cannot handle, right? I always want to do a nice, clean job. Doesn't matter if it's snow or whatever we do. I want to always have enough time to, to get a nice, clean job done,
Mhm.
Are you
right?
familiar with the company Snow TO?
Snowkio?
Snow TO.
Snow TO.
Yes.
I've heard of them, yes.
So they are in charge of all the Toronto servicing sites,
Yeah.
winter servicing sites, and all that. And I work with them, and they were overwhelmed this year.
Oh, yeah. It's
They have like hundreds of pieces of equipment,
yeah.
but they were overwhelmed with whatever. It was worse than last year, and last year was pretty.
This winter was brutal.
It was brutal.
It was brutal because, especially with these contracts, your contracts, pretty much you're doing it to go out 10, 12 times a month.
Yeah.
Guys were out every day,
Yeah.
right? Either pushing snow or salting.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a tough one, a really tough one. But again, we recoup with all the damage that was done in the parking lots, right? All the repairs we have to do. So
True, that's true.
Your summer is pretty busy now.
yeah, it's pretty.
I thought Miller does is like the huge company that does.
Yeah.
So every city, like it's like a contract that you get that you bid on with the city of Toronto, and there's a lot of there's few companies that work in Toronto.
Well, Miller is like gigantic, and there's Miller and there's Rafat, I think.
Yeah.
No, but they're
Anyone
overall-
that's got a lot of dump trucks
Yeah.
are going to be big in snow because they have to, right? You can't have trucks parked all like for 6 months.
Yeah, true.
You got to get them working, so right? So
Yeah.
anyone
And,
that's got
by
a
the
lot
way,
of
all those winter sites, they're pretty much they parked 6 months.
yeah,
So it's only winter.
Yeah.
It's only winter that they're operating.
Yeah.
But in the winter, they know the engine is not going off.
yeah,
It's on site, pretty much running. As soon as it's ready to go, bam, it's out.
yeah,
And all the people on site just waiting to.
Yeah.
It's like they're pretty much like firefighters.
yeah,
Same idea. They're on site as soon as snow is out, bam,
yeah.
they're all out on the equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this winter on a personal level pushed me to the brink of my sanity. To be honest with you, I was
you're
like,
telling
is
me.
this ever gonna end?
Yeah.
Just
I didn't sleep all winter. Yeah, because we had guys out all the time, like almost like every other night we had crews out. And I'm the kind of guy, if my guys are out, I can't
Mhm.
settle. I can't be at peace, right? Because who knows what's going to happen.
So it's funny because with snowplows, it's like the house always wins.
Yeah.
But this year, you guys, the house lost.
Oh,
You had to work for your money.
yeah, this year was
This year, you had to work for your
It
money.
has to happen like super early. Is that what's the schedule like? I know the city does it at like night or early in the
It
morning.
all depends on when it's coming, right? And depends on the property as well. Most of them have to be cleared by the morning, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But we also do residential. So some of that's done throughout the day. But yeah, it's mostly, that's why it's done at night. All the snow
Wait,
falls.
I haven't thought about this before. So if you come and you plow the driveway, right,
Mhm.
and then the guys from the city bury the driveway again, like what?
Oh, that happens.
Is that a?
That happens. Yeah. You would clean the
Our
Our
driveway. and then
contract
they
is
would
snow
pass by.
fall, not snow push,
Yeah.
right? If the falls, we'll
But
clean
people
it
call you. They're like, "Oh, we can get
all
out
the
of our
time,
driveway."
man. Especially the first dumping, we get calls all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And you're limited to how many people you can help. We try. Like we get calls for digging guys out of parking spots downtown Toronto all the time,
Oh my god.
right? All the
Yeah, because
time.
they bury them there.
They bury
Then it
them
becomes
there.
ice, and that's it.
Yeah, or their yards and their company trucks are stuck and they can't get out, and we get calls for all kinds of stuff with snow, especially with the big storms. It's crazy.
It's funny. I remember this last winter, right? The first storm came out. Everybody's out shoveling. I'm sitting in the house. I'm like, I got my 5-speed snowblower.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
And then I come out. I open the garage. I'm like, all cool and stuff.
Yeah.
It goes on. I come out, and after like literally 5 feet, it goes like no gas.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I'm standing there. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
My truck can't get out.
Yeah.
So I wait for one of my neighbors to take me to the gas station.
Yeah.
Like that. And the other guy who's across me and did everything by hand kind of made fun of me. He's like, oh, good job, Max.
I was standing doing it by hand this year. Literally, it's like just finishing the driveway, and the guy on the plow on the street plow, like literally right in front of me, just buried me.
Yeah.
Like he can see me and just still just.
I know, like my own.
What was that?
I shovel my own driveway. Never mind. And sometimes I'm thinking, like, why don't I just get these guys to come here and just
Exactly.
put the plow? It's because they're servicing. There's not enough hours in the day. Like it's just
So I guess you're one of those shoemakers without shoes.
exactly.
Yeah. Why can I not call one of my guys to start with this driveway?
Well, isn't
Exactly.
the real cool stuff in is the heated driveway? Then it's like,
Yeah, a lot
By
of
the
people
way-
are going that way.
By the way, are you connected? Like if somebody calls you for that, can you just get your own crew to do all the heated and everything, and then you just finish the asphalt?
No, we don't get involved. Like we can get a sub. Like we like to do things.
Yeah,
proper,
so
right?
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, we
Would
can.
you be able to manage it? A to Z, getting
Yes,
us up?
100%. Like we're big on managing, because we're around so much failed asphalt that we manage the base conditions. A lot of base conditions. Even if we don't pave it, we deal with the base conditions. Right. We like to fix the contamination, fix whatever it needs for whatever problems the asphalt has. It has to do with base. So we like to deal with that a lot. So yeah, anything that's base related, like a heated driveway, we're connected with a few guys that can handle that.
Yeah, because at
100%.
the end of the day, if I'm thinking to have a heated driveway, I'm not thinking about it as plumbing. I'm thinking about, okay, let's call the driveway guys.
Yeah, no, you don't want driveway guys to
No,
do.
I mean, okay, I clearly
Yeah.
I know that. But I mean, if you have the full crew with the plumbers and everybody who can do it for you, and you manage
Yes.
the whole job,
Yeah.
that just
is it
You know.
plumbing or is it HVAC? Which is
it's plumbers.
It's plumbing. Yeah.
wow.
Plumbers
Yeah.
that would come in.
There's
the
just
pipe.
hot water, right?
Unless you
Literally
go
hot
with
water running?
electrical, and then
Electrical or gas.
yeah, but usually plumbing is
Just hot water, correct?
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, in Germany they have this on the road, so they don't have to deal with the.
There's different types now. There's with gas you can do it too.
Oh, gas.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Wow.
plumbing and electrical.
Yeah. So
Interesting. How do you do it with gas? What?
I haven't seen it. I haven't done it. We try to stay away from heated anything, to be honest, but we do get your inquiries now and again.
Do you know if asphalt is actually so? Basically, here asphalt gets damaged because winter, cold weather, right? Water gets in, cracks.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's why you got to seal.
Are there no developments in asphalt technology whatsoever?
Asphalt's actually getting worse and worse by the years. This is because of the recycle. There's a lot of recycled asphalt. I just think like when you're ripping out asphalt, they got to recycle that asphalt, right?
Hmm.
So as the years, like I don't know if you ever drive by or on the 401 and you see mountains of asphalt, you
Which
know,
area?
401 Dixie area.
Oh yeah, and it smells sometimes.
You see that big pile, right? That's all recycled stuff, right? So
How do they recycle it?
they just grind it up and then mix it in a new batch.
Ah.
Break it down, heat it up, and
Wow, I haven't thought about it.
yeah, that's why the asphalt, like, guys will, I'll get people call me and says, "Hey Steve, what do you think we should rip this out?" I'm like, no, if your driveway's 20 years old and you just, you don't like the look, the asphalt now is not going to be as strong as this.
Wow.
It's because of there's so much recycled put into it. Yeah.
Is there a way if you pay extra to get?
It's like to get raw material, 100%, but that's not feasible for a lot of people.
How do you know?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just
like,
saying,
what are they going to do with all the
in theory,
asphalt
I don't know.
that they rip out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
I'm saying
can't
if it's a
dump
person you
can't
trust,
bury it.
obviously, like you ask them, that's the assumption, right?
But again, it's an assumption.
Yeah.
Like you're hoping you're going to get raw materials,
Wow.
right? But yeah, it's
Because in different countries, they deal with this problem in different ways. Like in Germany, like I said, some streets, they run hot pipes under it, so they don't have to deal with that.
But also in Germany, you got the autobahns and all that. I think it's concrete.
Yeah.
They don't really...
Is it?
Yeah, their highways are concrete.
I read that actually Autobahn is like multiple feet of asphalt. Just like crazy heavy asphalt.
Maybe. I don't want to...
I don't know. In Japan, they don't do that. In Japan, they have these little sprinklers in the middle of the road that like sprinkle warm water, and they just don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. But we rip out a lot of asphalt in Canada, a lot of it, and it's because of the winters, right?
Yeah.
So a place like Japan, even the southern states, they're not ripping asphalt like we are because they don't have the harsh winters, right? It's the winters that destroy it, right?
They do, I guess, like in the north of Japan, they should. It's close to Siberia.
Yeah, well, places like that, but
and also,
I think the idea is that here our economy is kind of built on it.
Yeah,
it breaks, we build it again. It breaks, we build it again.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of construction,
especially in Montreal.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but we would be exactly the same thing if the system didn't work.
I'm just joking. Like, have you ever been to Montreal and have seen the roads?
Are you kidding me, man?
Not under construction, literally constant.
To go up there.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you open some kind of
working on it?
Oh,
good
nice.
for you. Good for you. Yeah, you can open an office.
Yeah. Every business I ever heard that like wants to deal with Quebec, they always say they make it very. They want Quebec things.
Yes.
So they're like, you need to have offices there or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. See, because like we have such a long-standing relationship with our customers. Some of our customers move like to Windsor or they move all over the place. I might have done a job for them in Oakville, and then all of a sudden they got a property in Windsor.
Are you going all the way?
And
there?
obviously we have to go up there, right? Even for our driveways, like people think you're crazy, but for me, it's like, especially our first 3 years of our driveway sealing, wherever our customers moved, I'm gonna go there. I don't care if I gotta drive 3 hours. I don't care what the yeah. It's just how I am.
I hope they're not moving to Yellowknife.
Yeah, no kidding. No, once you're outside Ontario, that's
you're gonna need to hire a polar bear to.
You're on your own.
You work in Muskoka.
Some kind of wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have my clients move to Muskoka. Yeah, like especially we go to Muskoka.
And also cottages probably for clients that live here.
Yeah. Like we get calls for them. Like I get calls for down south for people for us to go down there.
Well, it's funny. You can find a lot of trades up there. Like we're doing a couple of jobs now in Wasaga, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
Logistically to do. People are saying we can find good contractors.
Yeah, of course. Most of them are not willing to come out there.
It's hard to find contractors in general.
Don't live there. Good contractors just don't live there.
Yeah. And they'll charge high price to just even show up. So that's
I think it says to do with a lot of the workforce. That's why you can't get a lot of good contractors anymore, right? Like I'm always the type I always want to hire within the company. Like if I'm going to hire a GM or a foreman, it's not like before. Like when I worked as a laborer for somebody, I wanted to be a foreman, first man, general manager, right? You don't get that as much anymore, right? Like
People just don't have that.
they don't want,
They don't want to move up.
yeah, they don't want to move up. They don't want to,
They don't like responsibility, kind of.
and I think it's too much distraction, right?
Some people don't want to be managers.
Yeah,
They don't
it's too much distraction. Like
Yeah,
think
but some
about it.
people, I actually find it a trend. I agree.
Yeah, it's well, think about it. I think about when I was a laborer, right? And we would be waiting, let's say, for a concrete truck,
Mhm.
right? And I don't know anything about this business, but I wanted to learn. So I would listen and look, right? Right now, if some kid's waiting for a concrete truck, what are they doing? They're scrolling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? They're not
That's
trying to
true.
see anything else.
That's
They're
true.
waiting for us.
100% in their work.
They're waiting for a minute to grab their phone, right?
I mean,
Then
it was a long time.
yeah, then you had to keep yourself occupied. You started to see different things, and that's how how I learned.
Funny enough, I agree with you. Every time when you wait for a concrete truck,
Mm,
I don't know why, but it's a rule. All of a sudden, a couple of minutes before, you'll find something. Oh, by the way, we need a little bit more rebar here, rebar
Yeah.
there, like something small.
yeah,
Now you don't do that anymore because of that issue.
yeah,
People are not, because they're not concentrated on the work anymore.
exactly.
Okay, everything is done. That's just,
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Right. So
You
exactly.
guys heard of any companies that ban like phones? I don't know that.
Some guys do, but it doesn't work, you know, because their attitudes change,
Well, you know why I
all
asked?
this stuff, and they're still rushing to get to it.
Well, we're talking about movies, and if you guys, yeah, I know you've seen Christopher Nolan movies like Interstellar or Inception or whatever. He's famous for, on his sets, they work very efficiently, and he does not allow phones at all.
Yeah.
No phones on the set whatsoever.
Makes sense.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I'm going to be paying millions of dollars to my crew members,
Mm.
I think they will listen to me.
But he's still the exception.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
but the kid, listen, when you're a name like Christopher Nolan, it's one thing. You will not find, if you're paying somebody, whatever, let's assume Tim Hortons. If people are working there and you tell them not to be on their phone, they're like, well, screw you. I'm going to go find another job for $18 per hour.
I mean,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you're
For minimum wage.
50%
It's like-
of the
Yeah.
workforce.
Now in construction, unfortunately, it's not one of those high-paid jobs where you
Pretty
kind
well
of
paid.
worried to lose the job.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you don't want to lose your employee. It's a screwed up situation altogether.
Yeah. And a lot of guys now I'm starting to notice they just do the work, not really understanding why they're doing it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I always was the type to, I want to know why I'm doing this. And I learned from guys that just go and do it, and you have to figure it out yourself and pick up these little things, right?
Asking questions is the
Asking
minimum.
questions, exactly. Over listening. Because like I said, where I came from, the foremans didn't want the laborers to know much, right? Because they'd be worried about losing their positions.
Oh,
Now we're at the opposite. It's like, no, listen, so you know what to do, so you can come up,
Yeah.
right? So it's
it's
strange.
like there is a wire. We need to cut it.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
turn the panel off.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You go, you turn it off, come back, you cut it.
Yeah.
And they're not even asking, but why?
exactly,
What's the reason for it?
exactly. That's
I think
and
all
I've
guys
noticed that with, like, I've asked, like, I like to hear, especially with different generations, right?
Yeah.
Because we got guys from 20 all the way to like 45, even older. So I always like to ask these certain questions, you know, like, you know why you did that? Like, yeah, because you told me. I say, yeah, I understand that I told you to do that, but do you understand the reasoning for it? No. And they don't care. That's it. It's over. They just do it, and they don't want to know why they're doing it. So that's another thing that I'm starting to
But
notice.
you know, it's
more
funny.
and
I'll
more.
tell you. When I lectured for architectural studies, I pretty much used to tell the class, "You have to ask questions."
Yeah.
And they were surprised. They're like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
They don't realize. They think, and that's students our days.
Mm-hmm.
They came there to follow instructions, and they came there not to ask questions. If students in a college, you ask them to do an exam, and if they didn't write their name the way you want them to write their name, so usually it's first name underscore, last name underscore, student number. If they didn't do it this way, they deduct 5 points. And the reason is very simple. They make them follow instructions. And it's something that kills me because kids in schools nowadays, because of that, are not asking questions.
Yeah.
If one person would ask a question, sir, why do we need it to be this way? Why can I not go without the underscores? Nobody asks a question. Just do it this way. And the reason is very simple. They are being trained not to work in your field, to work in your office.
Yeah.
To do this one systematic thing.
Yeah.
Like a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
If you're here to do quotes, you don't ask questions, you keep doing it this way.
Yeah.
But you're gonna ask them to do something outside of the box. Like for example, I had a guy who doing also quotation, and their job was just to get all the numbers and to put it in a quote. So I told him one of those days just to do quantity surveying, to actually calculate the areas. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you know how to do quotes. Like, you know how to work with the numbers. You know how to calculate, let's say, tiles area. Like what? I didn't know I need to do that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask me? I didn't know I need to ask.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, like for me, I like to hear opinions, right?
Exactly.
I'm telling you to do it this way. If you have something in your head that, hey, what if we try that? I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Right?
Give me ideas.
Give me an idea.
Ideas.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because I'm so used to doing things this way.
And maybe it's not the right
Maybe
way.
I missed something.
Exactly.
Maybe you know something that I don't. I'm not saying you know, like, and it doesn't happen.
No, I agree
Right.
with you. I agree with you. You want people to help you develop and grow the business. And if they don't ask questions and they just do what you tell them to do, it's great for now, but it's not really growing the business.
Yeah, and that's for us, like especially for office staff, that's a red flag. If you're only doing it exactly the way I told you and you have zero opinion, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Right?
You can't really change it.
Yeah.
It goes against human psychology.
Yeah.
Because it's not that we've been trained. We're like programmed in our head to respect authority, and you guys are naturally the authority.
Yeah.
So most people are afraid to speak up because they're afraid that that's questioning authority. You see? So it goes.
True.
It's a very difficult problem. You know what I mean?
But you see, that's the thing. You also, when you come to a new position, you need to understand what kind of management you got in front of you.
Yeah.
And I call you or myself management in this situation. Do you have a boss or do you have a leader? A leader, it's somebody who wants more ideas in order to grow together as a team. Mm-hmm. So you need to, I didn't hire you to babysit you or to micromanage you. I hired you so that you in your position grow and make the best out of it. If you see that somebody is a boss, I don't care what you do, that's how it works. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. That's how you do stuff. Yes, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But me to be honest with you, in my office, we do not micromanage anyone.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not in the office.
Yeah.
So everybody is doing what they do, and the idea is, I'm hoping you do your job the best and ask questions.
Yeah.
If you need an answer, you ask questions.
Yeah.
Would you say that's the common thing or unusual? Because I would say that's unusual, not common.
I'd say it's common. You know, like I'm the same way. Like, if I'm hiring you to do a job, it's take on that position, right?
You know what I find? It's more common actually. Like it's uncommon in large corporate. That's very uncommon.
That's where you follow instructions.
Yeah.
That's where those students go.
Yeah.
But so that's the thing. When they go to school, generally speaking, they train them to be like corporate life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
corporate's more like factory, right?
Exactly.
They
Like this,
unfortunately,
like this. This system's working. Keep doing it like this, right? But when you're a company at a certain size, right, where you're not corporate yet, you know, and you're still trying different things, and you're still like trying to improve the company.
Yeah.
You need to have your own opinions. We need to hear things, right? You know, especially if you want to, like for me, when I worked for somebody, I wanted that company to do well. The company did well. That means I do well.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're growing the company. That means you're going to grow with the company.
Exactly.
You're going to have more opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that I think lacks a lot. And I always think.
But the managers and I actually bringing people up to be managers. I know people personally who don't want to do that, and they explain to me why. It's because the thing we were talking about of like 9 to 5, and at 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
they don't after 5 o'clock.
That's it.
If you're a manager, the truth is, it automatically becomes like after 5, you still have to think about something.
Yeah.
That's just, you can't avoid it, and they don't want that.
No,
They don't want to do
I
that.
would disagree. Like I have managers again in our office, and 5 o'clock people, clock out and go home.
Yes, but I promise you, Karen thinks more often about work after 5 compared to maybe somebody else.
That I agree. That's probably the truth.
And not like a lot of people, they simply don't want that at all.
Yeah.
So it's just, it is what it is. They don't want the responsibility.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want. That's the whole thing. They don't want the.
And to be
responsibility.
fair, in many situations, in large corporations, you can make very good money without being a manager. So they're like, why do I need that? Like I make my living and it's over.
And that's a problem. Also, that's really the problem, because hierarchy and management used to be paid
Mm-hmm.
for and used to be respected.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's kind of, I think, because the minimum wage
It's just a position.
is higher, you don't want to hustle anymore.
Yeah.
Like back then, I'm talking even 15 years ago, right? You don't want 20 years ago. You don't want $8 to $10 per hour. You want to grow. Now you start a job with $18 to $20 per hour.
Yeah.
But you can't like your quality of life is proportionally the same. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And plus too, like now it's not just, you're always looking at the salary before the position,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was the
That's
opposite.
a huge problem. Yeah.
right? It was like, I want to be a manager.
Mm-hmm.
I want that position. Then I would ask, how much is it? What's the salary? Now it's like, how much am I getting paid? Okay, it's a manager. Okay, I'll do that. It's you're focusing on the wrong thing, and it's people that just looking for a paycheck. But if you're really the type that wants to learn to be a manager or be a manager, that's the role you want, not just because of the salary. You're gonna take that position regardless of the salary,
Exactly.
right?
Which is
just
funny.
for the experience.
Which is funny. HR now, they're teaching you
Yeah,
that, when you're coming up for an interview and if it's successful, when they ask you, at the end, I would always ask, do you have questions to me?
yeah,
Usually people would ask what kind of environment you have in the office and all that. What is the salary?
exactly.
Oh, don't worry. Let me hire you first, send you the contract. If you don't like it,
Yeah,
you will negotiate it with me.
Mhm.
But on the interview, when I didn't even tell you whether you're hired or not, you're going to ask me what's the salary. So you're not coming here because you're proud of working with us or because you want to work with us.
Yeah.
It's only the salary. Now, I do want to say, I'm not naive. Everybody's coming for the salary. Yes, nobody works for because they like it.
Yeah.
They come for the salary. But yes, be fake in this situation and try to show your future management or whoever is on this interview that you at least want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, some companies, they just they abused it to the point that where now people are like, there are huge companies that will hire interns and be like, yeah, you're gonna work for free. Like, I'm not gonna pay you at all. You just do work.
Yeah.
And
No, but first you get the position, and if they tell you, no, we thought it's going to be for free, tell them, no, thank you, we don't want to work for you.
yeah, fair enough.
But
I
be
think
professional, be polite. Don't come in and be like, yeah, how much? You just finished an interview, and you're like, oh, okay, that's a good candidate, that's a good guy. By the way, how much are you paying?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know yet. You have a range, Yeah, I'm looking for this, and that.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't even want you anymore.
So you're saying it should happen in second interview, basically. or-
Not in second interview. So what happens is when you pass an interview,
Mhm.
they call you, they tell you, okay, we want you. We're going to send you an offer.
Yeah.
You look into this offer, and that's the time to negotiate.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
If you don't like the offer, you say, well, I'm sorry, thank you very much, but the offer is not good enough. What can you counter me with?
Yeah.
But yes, in
So,
theory,
so that's how we hire as well, right?
Yeah.
If you come to me and says, "Oh, what do you pay?"
It's disrespectful.
No, there's a time for that. I don't even know if I want, like you said, I don't know if I want you here yet, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they teach them.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you look at the colleges, I know because again I used to teach there. If you look at the colleges, they have a class with they build their resumes and all that. They teach them how to build the resume and everything. They teach them to communicate that right away.
Yeah.
How much they want. And you know what even funnier part? You put a range online, like on Indeed, for example, you'll post a position, you'll put a range and the amount of experience you're looking for. Let's say you would say, oh, I'm looking for somebody 3 years in the industry with, let's say, $100,000 salary. They will call you, they will ask for 120, and they have like 1 year experience.
Yeah.
They don't even look, and I'm like, okay, I see who am I hiring here. Yeah. You don't even want to waste their time.
Oh, and now it's even harder now to find someone like when you're going on Indeed because all they're doing is copying what your post.
ChatGPT now builds your resume.
Exactly. And let's do it like that. Yeah. Like our screening process is insane because I learned that the hard way. Yeah. Like I was in charge of hiring office staff and I'm like, I don't know who, right? And it was always based on, oh yeah, wow, this guy thinking that, why would this guy lie in his resume? But 80% of the people that's sitting in front of you through a resume, an interview, they're lying, right? So there's certain questions that I hit, right, before I even consider making you a job offer, right?
Like
question to discover if they're like BSing.
Well, first we'll have someone call and ask specific questions before even sitting in front of me, right? And if they answer these questions like on the phone, not through email, we do on the phone,
pre-screening,
and then once they get through that and they sit in front of me, there's certain questions, and I make them actually show me some stuff.
So a couple of weeks ago, funny enough, this guy contacted me, saw our podcast, and he's like, oh, I would love to work for your company, this and that. I'm like, amazing, listen. And usually, again, we do the pre-screening, we look at the resume, and then we do the pre-interview phone call and all that kind of stuff. But he's like, because it was very... it wasn't regular in the first place that I decided to entertain something. He sent me his resume and I liked him. I said, you know what, come for a talk. So he came in and apparently by mistake, my office booked it as an interview. So he came in for this interview. I'm talking to the guy for literally first 2 minutes. And I'm like, oh, how was your drive? How's it going? And everything. I'm like, so yeah, what are your plans? He's like, yeah, I thought to come to a company like yours for a couple of years to learn a little bit, to open my own practice. Now I said, to open your own practice when? He's like, probably in 2 years. And I'll be honest with you, I literally explained to him how things work. And I said, listen, but you need to understand one thing. Let's forget about the interview because I'm not even going to interview you. He's like, why? Do you have a problem with the fact that I want to open my own practice? I'm like, no. I said, how long do you think it would take me to train you to do your job right? He's like, 3 months? I'm like, no, bud. Yeah. You're going to be a good architectural technologist probably a year and a half from now. If you want to open your own practice in 2 years, that means you're going to give me a return on investment for 6 months. That doesn't pay off for me. Yeah. I need somebody to want to be here at least 2 to 3 years so that after I teach you all those skills, you at least give me a year and a half worth of work so that I can actually make something out of me educating you with my own money. Yeah. I said, you go to school, you pay them to become someone. Yeah. You come to me, you get paid for me to school you. Yeah. So I don't see my return on investment. No, but I said, respectfully, I appreciate you, but this is not the place for you.
They'll never look at it that way, right? Because everyone's pretty much for themselves.
HR teaches them to think about themselves. That's why our days owners like you and me, like company owners, it's like you worked hard, you busted your butt off. Same with me, on site, in -20s, on construction sites, big, small, doesn't matter what. You know, and you always, every time, I'm talking for you, but I'm talking actually for myself saying that, and I'm sure you will agree with me. I always wanted to do the best job for any company owner I worked for. Yeah. And besides the fact that I was making money, I was working probably more than what I was worth because I was proud of every job I've done.
Yeah.
I was the best, trying to be the best
Yeah,
in everything I'm doing.
You went that extra mile.
They're not trying to.
No.
They're like, oh, you're paying me. It's almost as if there is a list that says, oh, if you're getting this and that amount of money, you need to send 10 emails a day, but not 11.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Yep. 100%.
Let me bring this full circle, though. To all the way to the beginning of this podcast. We were talking about Portugal and how here we're all chasing the dollar.
Yep.
And there, not so much. Do you think that maybe this connects to this mentality? You know, that the employees are also, they have this cultural mentality of like, I am going to chase the buck.
Yes, it's true, but they wanted the easy way, right? I always say, if you want something more, it depends on what you want in life. If you want a 9-to-5 job, hey man, that's fine. But if you want more out of life, it's not what you do I always say between 9 to 5. It's what you do after that, right? Yeah. That's what gets you ahead. 9 to 5, you have to do. Mm-hmm. That's life. Yep. You want to live in this culture, you want to live in this society, you have to do this. But if you want more out of life, it's always what you do after 5 or before 9 o'clock, right? So that's what I see.
We don't have the culture of like artisanship, I guess. Like not really.
No.
Because you know what the number one way to increase your salary? To switch jobs.
Yeah, positions.
Yeah, so a lot of people are jumping every 2-3 years.
Yeah, which is insane to me. Like when I had a job, like I wanted to grow within.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that went. That's pretty much gone.
People are chasing the dollar, basically. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but not realizing, hey man, if you start as a laborer, you can get to a foreman, you can get to this, you can get to management, and eventually go on your own, right? Eventually do it for yourself if you really want to. But yeah.
But you see, it was also because back in the day, I believe everything was a little bit controlled.
Yeah.
Like you could work for me. Well, one could work for me or for you. Mm-hmm. That would be approximately the same amount of money. Mm-hmm. So there would be no reason to jump. Now you go online to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You work for me, and let's say I'm just paying you $20 per hour. ChatGPT would say, yeah, but on your position, you need to pay $30 per hour. You find which company it is. You go to work for them. And there is nothing regulated anymore. Yep. So people jump.
Yep.
Yeah, but and they think about pretty much now.
Yeah.
Before you were like, yeah, I'm making $20, but let's say in 40 years, I'll stay here. I'm going to get job security. I'm going to be making a lot more. But, now it's like, I'm not going to make a lot more. Let's just jump between company to company. I don't know.
They're like, I'm going to take exactly the same position in a new company and increase my salary by 10K or whatever.
Because nothing is regulated. So, but you know what happens? After you finish with that company, you go back and now you can't work for anyone else because it just... And I have examples, by the way. Yeah. You all of a sudden, you got to a certain salary where nobody else will want you anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's
You're way too expensive. Yeah, nobody wants you anymore. And you're stuck in the same company in this golden cage.
Yeah,
there is a ceiling.
And you only age, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So you keep doing that. When you're 55, guess what? It's a little bit harder to jump ship like that, right? You get what you chase for. If you chase for money, that's all you're going to get.
Truth is, there are many people who are like... I know people who are in their 30s and they're like, I can't wait for retirement. Like they're like,
meanwhile they haven't even started.
The 30s. Oh my God.
Like damn, you're in your 30s. You're thinking about 65.
Retirement.
Right.
What is retirement? No. I'm here to work.
Exactly.
I'm here to work.
Well, that's why you guys are business owners.
But I'll tell you something. It's funny how people think that people go and open their own business to be free.
Yeah.
We're not free. Well, when you go 9 to 5, you go home, you're free.
Yeah.
We are working.
I think you're free in certain ways.
You're never free. You are
especially in the early days.
Always kind of cuffed with everything, with your clients, with your employees, with your suppliers, with everything that is going on.
You're more free as a self-employed person or business person. You're more free in terms of deciding how to allocate time. That is the freedom.
But if you are... why would you want... how amazing it is when somebody decides for you.
Easy, you mean?
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's great. Why would you want
Yeah.
to decide for yourself?
For sure.
Why would you want that hustle? Why would you want this responsibility?
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
We got that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Do you have ADHD?
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
Everybody.
There you go.
Every entrepreneur
He
does.
started to do what he does because, let's be real, you had to answer to a lot of idiots that you knew better.
Yeah.
And you said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I can easily open my own company and deal with one idiot. I don't have to deal with a lot of idiots.
Yeah.
Listen, I started my own company because it would be difficult for me to explain others why what they're doing is redundant.
Yeah.
So I said, instead of wasting my energy explaining others why it's redundant, I'm going to open my own company and I'm going to do it right.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people do too, because they get limited too at where they can go in the company.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? I think we're done. I'm done growing here. I'm going to go on my own.
Yeah.
But that, like, you can't blame that, because even in your company, right, if you want to promote from within, if the person has hit the ceiling, like they can't take your position, for example.
Yeah.
Like what is
If
going
the
to happen
person
now?
within
Like,
can only take his position, it's time for them to
that's what I mean.
to
Go on-
become
yeah,
So-
go
to
on
go
there.
on their own.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
And that's
Otherwise-
expected. You know, that's expected. It's just what it is.
Yep. Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
if you worked as an employee for a company that was like this, that actually listened to ideas, would that make it far more likely that you stayed as an employee?
So me personally would not be able to be an employee. And the reason is very simple, because I always do above and beyond. And the reason I wouldn't be able to be an employee, because usually when people like me come to corporations or companies, they're trying to make them better. Corporations don't always want to be better. They want things, it works the way it works. Let's not reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
And
fair.
people like me with ADHD and other things
think outside the box.
think outside the box and trying to always change the system for the better.
True.
Systems don't like to be changed.
Yeah.
Systems, companies, governments, everything like that, they don't like to be changed. Therefore, for me to be in a certain environment system is not going to work, because I need something where I can make it better and invest into it. That's why at the end of the day, business owners are business owners.
Yeah.
You know, just like, again, I'm always looking for some reason at Musk when it comes to it. He took a manufacturer that was making cars, a certain amount of cars, and he did not reach sales. But he had a lot of money because everybody invested into him. I'm talking about Tesla. Theoretically, so he didn't achieve the amount of sales that he wanted, but people still invested in Tesla a huge amount of money. He could continue doing what he was doing, but he was sleeping under his desk pretty much to get to get his manufacturer better and better and better, in order to eventually get to where he needed to get. Because every other person, every other company, public company would say, yeah, we're good, it works. But not for him, because he's autistic, ADHD,
Visionary
kind of person.
Yeah.
Everything has to be the way I want it to be in real life.
Yeah, how amazing is it to be a CEO of like Coca-Cola or something, where it's like, okay, we're going to pay you $300 million, just make sure it doesn't break.
Continue,
okay?
exactly.
Exactly. By the way, Coca-Cola is a good example.
Yeah.
If somebody like me, I knew how to make a drink, whatever, and I would be hired by Coca-Cola, they would not like me, because Mr. Max, you're a great guy, but don't come here and change our systems.
Yeah.
Our system work. We make enough money. We make a lot of money. We don't need you to tell us how we need to make more money.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need you to do what we need you to do. Period.
I think you're allowed certain level of ideas, but not like rock the boat situation.
No, not where you're making
no.
changes just because you know.
Yeah. Let's change the recipe. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
nobody likes to change recipes. We like to change recipes, though.
yeah, we like
You
to
know,
see
that's
what,
why you like people to talk.
yes,
Same here. I like when recipes change.
yeah,
Yeah, fair.
For the
But
best.
you would agree, right, that if you owned Coca-Cola, you don't want to change the recipe. Like Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola.
If I owned Coca-Cola, no, because
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is so big that
Yeah,
every
exactly.
small thing can fracture this balance.
Like they're so big because of the recipe. So
I can understand. I'm
know.
not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I wouldn't feed them.
Yeah, fair
yeah.
enough.
There's, like I said, like it's when they're a certain size of corporation, right, where
Yeah.
it's hard to crack that. But when you're in year 10, 15, 20, you know, you want to have systems change. You want to try different things. You want to just do different things, right? Because you want to see what works and what doesn't work, because you're still figuring
Experiment.
stuff out,
You experiment.
right?
Isn't it funny people say corporations, considering it's like a couple of $100 to become a corporation.
Well,
But people,
when I say corporation,
saying
I
it's
say you're
funny,
making
right?
$100 million
Well,
I
a
know,
year.
that's what we all mean.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny. We should say business. Yeah. Corporation is just
literally just
legal.
legal thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But we all mean, everybody is like corporation. We all know it's like hundreds of millions, you know. So
Yeah.
Not every fella gonna go out there and open a corporation in Ontario. By the way, corporation is not required if you're not.
No, it's not required.
If you don't need to pay taxes quarterly.
Yeah.
You know, if you.
It's only, according to my count, only once you hit a certain amount of money,
sales.
Yeah.
then it makes sense to
Sales,
become a corporation.
Yes,
And
yes,
until
yes.
that point, she's like, "There's no, you're wasting money."
Yeah.
So.
When you get to that point when your accountant tells you you're stupid, you're paying way too much.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's my accountant. She's like, "You're being an idiot."
Yeah. Everyone has to have a good relationship with their accountant. That's for sure.
Very important.
You see, some people making money. His accountant is saying that he's an idiot.
Very important. Listen, my relationship with my accountant is literally like, she's like, "We could do this and we could do that," and I'm like, "I trust you. Okay, what do you think is the reasonable option?" She's like, "I think we can, so we don't push it, we can do." I'm like, "Okay, great."
Everyone asks, "What's your opinion? What do you think?" Like, we know what we're talking about. You know, like that's your job. Tell me what you think. And
Yeah.
when
it comes to this, I know she knows way better than me. So
she should.
Exactly.
Right?
I find accountant are good, and every time when you grow in sales, I think that's actually a tip for life for people that grow businesses. When you start with a certain accountant, you're not going to stay with that accountant forever.
Yeah.
And every time when you grow, your sales grow. I find that certain accountants are not on this level. So the accountant who did your taxes when you made like 200,000 or 300,000 in sales, this is the kind of accountant that will not be able to help you with millions.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure that you're ready when necessary.
Yeah.
To grow and not to just get the same accountant. Like I had this accountant lady, she was great, but she would call me every time, "Oh, Max, you have to, whatever, you have to keep receipts, or like in December, go buy something, return." All this hustling. And it was like many years ago. And I'm like, okay, I think we're getting out of that kind of approach.
Yeah.
We're getting to a different approach. Yeah. And we need somebody on that different approach who can help you how to manipulate your finances and the sales, right? Yeah. I find a lot of people, they have a lot of sales, but eventually nothing goes in their pocket at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because their accountant is just, well, you made this amount of money, you got to pay taxes. Now, respectfully, I'm not saying to do anything outside of legality.
It's within the rules. But
within the rules,
because
hire accountants, you pay them a little bit more, but they can save you a lot more.
Yeah, because when you're first starting off, you're just hiring somebody to maintain what you have.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You're not really looking for that because you don't even know, right? Like, I didn't know. I got to find this account that's going to help me with the growth, right?
Yeah.
What to do. Most people, when your first accountant say, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. Can you please maintain what I have and make sure that this works and that works," right? Not really planning past that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why.
Who's more dangerous for your business? A bad bookkeeper or a bad accountant?
Who is more what?
Dangerous.
Who's more dangerous for your business? A bad bookkeeper or
actually accountant? Actually, would probably be.
I'll agree.
Yeah.
Accountant.
Accountant. Yeah.
Because they should check what the bookkeeper is doing.
Yeah,
If they
because
don't, they should not be an
Yeah,
accountant.
fair enough.
Yeah, because that's their job, is to find those mistakes, find
If the
find
numbers don't work,
everything wrong,
to
right?
catch it before.
They can't. Then what's the point?
Damn, their
Right?
job sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be an accountant at all.
No, listen. I know a lot of friends of mine who are entrepreneur, like on a certain level, and they make a lot of sales and everything. But at the end of the day, their accountant is just pretty much, yeah, okay, you're taking a salary, you're gonna pay this and that amount of money for taxes. They don't know how to manipulate. Oh, okay, hold on. If you actually move it and you invest in here, and
Yes.
that, you're going to be able to get an investment.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways of, I don't know how we got
Yeah,
into that. But
that's how Amazon makes $0.
Yeah.
no, Amazon actually, is a non-profit. If you think about
Pretty much.
Yeah,
it. Jeff Bezos is like,
gotta know the rules, and that's it. Like, yeah, it is.
but that's really the idea. And it's a shame when somebody gets, like usually when you get to bigger sales,
Yeah.
in the first, it happens by luck.
Yeah.
Right? You get this one client or a couple of clients that are very big. So when you get to it and you still stick to the same accountant that doesn't really know how to deal on
Yeah.
those levels, because they usually do the taxes for somebody
Yeah.
on a regular, on a
Yeah.
smaller scale. Yeah.
It's because you don't know to have that conversation, right? Like, especially the beginning,
Yeah.
right? You don't know that you should be, okay, hey man, you're going to maintain this now, but in a year from now, or when I hit this number, we have to have a different discussion of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's just things you learn along the way, right?
Perspectives.
Like I was like that too. I just find any accountant. You know how to run books. You know how to clean this up. You know how to maintain and clean all this mess. Yeah, okay, you're hired, right? You don't know to ask those certain questions, and you only learn from experience, right?
This
But
happened
also I
recently
find
to our
that people are afraid to go from, oh man, my accountant is like charging me $250 to do my taxes. All of a sudden, like you go to a corporation, charges you $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but you're going to save like 15, 20, 30 extra in taxes. So it's like, kind of makes sense, no, to spend another $3,000 to have more money to grow and to get even more.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get what you paid.
That's in everything. You get what you pay for.
happened recently to a friend of ours
Yeah.
who switched to my accountant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? I need to talk to him.
Yeah, he is very happy. So yeah.
Anyways, so last question, where can people find you? And tell us a little bit, plug yourself and your websites and all that.
Well, our website is, you can find us at shieldkings.ca. We're on every single platform, Instagrams, TikTok.
Of course.
You can find us on that online. We're based out of Milton. Our customer service is massive to us. So you're always going to get a hold of someone if you call in or email very, very quickly. As soon as you get a hold of us, you're going to have someone directed to you. So if you ever need any asphalt or pavement maintenance, we're the guys to call.
Perfect. Steve, thank you very much for being with us. I remember you were saying in the beginning, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
You're awesome. You're a great conversation. You're a great entrepreneur.
Appreciate you guys.
And a businessman. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
You.
It was fun.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, my man. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for being with us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Steve from Shield Kings. Like, subscribe, and be with us on the next one. And until then, back to work.